Volume on there. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Abandon Hope. It's time to, do I even really need to do Abandon Hope anymore? Because, do any of you guys out there still have hope? Surely it's all gone by now, right?
I haven't had any hope for the entire life cycle of this property here. Since Abandon Hope 1, I've had no hope, so.
Right. So
you're really beating a dead horse.
I know, right?
But
every time I come in here, there's always at least one or two people who are like, I guess I do have a little hope. It's like, fuck, what am I doing wrong? I'm trying so hard to make you see that there is no hope.
Not for long.
Even Coolman, who should know better, is in there saying he's got hope.
Coolman is hopeless, dude.
I know. Believe it or not, I have a sliver of hope. That's fucking lame. Don't have a sliver of hope. It's stupid.
And take your sliver of hope and stuff it up your fucking ass, please.
I agree with Paul.
Stuff it right up your smug, stupid fucking ass, okay? Nobody wants to hear about your sliver of hope. I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing you.
That's not Paul. That's Paul's twin brother, Luop. All right.
Yeah. Luop Yekrap. That's my name.
Oh, really?
Don't wear it out. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Naughty Priest is in here. That's cool.
That naughty motherfucker.
Dude, I know the dark origin story of Mr. Naughty Priest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, he told me. Yeah, I don't know if
he told you the whole fucking thing?
Yeah, he told me, why he's so fucked up, why he drinks all the time. It's pretty dark. It's as dark as you would believe it to be. I will say.
I imagine so.
I don't think I don't know if he'd approve of me fucking telling people, but so I'm not gonna necessarily say it, but like, trust me when I say it is adequately dark to justify, like, I just drink to drown my sorrow kind of thing.
I trust. I always had a feeling there was a darkness behind the naughty priest.
Oh yeah. It's a deeper, darker rabbit hole than you could possibly imagine. Oh, yeah, R.I.P. to Alex Trebek. That sucked, Dick.
Dude, fucking man, that's the real story of Abandoned Hope tonight, man.
Yeah, that does suck.
I'm tore up about that, honestly. Like, I've watched Jeopardy since I was a fucking wee lad, and I still watch it. I still.
And why not Pat Sajak? He's a total piece of shit. Like fucking like Pat Sajak should be fucking the one who's dead, not Alex Trebek.
Is Chuck Woolery still alive?
I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
He was like the dating game guy.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he's still alive too. Which is like,
let me see.
Which is terrible.
Chuck Woolery. He's still alive. Apparently still fucking working.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Been active since 1963. He's got to be ancient by now, right?
There is no God. I mean, if you labored under any misapprehension that there may be a higher power fucking overseeing all this fucking nonsense and chaos down here, let it be known Chuck Woolery and fucking Pat Sajak are still breathing air on this planet, but the fucking sainted angel Alex Trebek got horrible, withering cancer and died a horrible, slow death. Fuck this planet. Fuck everything that crawls on it. It was better off in its early days when it was just a barren wasteland whipped by wind because there was no fucking trees to hold the sediment down. And the oceans themselves just rose up with the tide, but with nothing on them other than foam. That was Earth at its most perfect. And then the accident of life happened. And it all led to Alex Trebek dying a horrible, slow death after being one of the only people that cared about truth and knowledge in my fucking life.
Meanwhile, the guy who's the conservative Pat Sajak who fucking tells people is like, ooh, bankruptcy, that guy who does not care about knowledge, who does not care about anything. The nihilist that he is, he lives, he draws breath.
Still bottoming out in Vanna White too, I bet.
Yeah, poor Vanna. Poor Vanna. She's still got to take. I mean, she still has to take that Pat Sajak dick. How old is she by now? Fuck.
She's got to be at least she's only like 5 or 6 years behind him max. He was a young buck when he started that shit with her. So
I mean, she's like what?
She's got to be pushing 60 now.
She's 63.
Yeah.
Still look pretty goddamn good. I don't know. At least from a distance. Fuck. I don't know what's going on close up at this point. She looks good in a way that doesn't really make sense for someone who's her age.
Let me see this. Let me get a look at these warlocks. I gotta get a gander at this.
She doesn't look super plastic. I mean, she looks fucking good for her age. I don't know if it's like makeup or what. What's going on? Yeah, I'll fucking pop her on the screen. Hold on, give me a second here.
I want to see this shit, man. I want to see this.
I just typed in Vanna White 2020, so
I ain't seen Vanna White in 2020, so all right, okay. She's got a definite like a MILF thing going on for show.
Yeah, I mean
she's MILFy.
Yeah, I mean she looks good.
Still beautiful.
She looks good without she doesn't look like she's had like a shit ton of plastic surgery or anything. Like she might have had a little, but she don't have that like plastic fake look. She's showing her age, but in a very graceful fucking way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta say, Vanna White looks maybe Pat Sajak's sperm is the fucking fountain of youth. I don't know.
Bring that dick over here, Pat Sajak.
Yeah, come on. Spread the love, motherfucker.
Let me get a little drink straight from the tap, motherfucker. Come on.
If he'd have fucking, if he'd have fucking unleashed a few loads on Alex Trebek's face, maybe Alex will still be with us.
Word. He wouldn't do that though, because that would mean that he had a soul and compassion and all that.
Yeah, and there is a reason that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I guess that people are saying gilf. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know, 63. I guess you could be that's gilf territory.
Paul, you never answer my Hellraiser question. Are people fated to come across the Lament configuration, or do they just stumble upon it? Whatever the shitty screenwriters of that horribly abused franchise want to be true, given the movie.
I mean, didn't you find in your fucking review that shit that like 90% of those, well, I mean, at least all the later movies, all the direct to DVD fucking movies or direct to video on demand movies were all pretty much started as different movies that they just kind of crammed Hellraiser into.
Yeah, Hellraiser 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all started as Hellraiser properties, were intended to be Hellraiser properties, and were released in theaters. Hellraisers 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all based on some other property, like a script that had been sitting around for a long time and nobody knew what to do with it, and then they were just like, oh, yeah, this stupid like ripoff of 7 that we've got sitting on our desk here. If we just throw Pinhead in that shit, then we got a Hellraiser movie, baby. And then that's basically how like the rest of them were made. 10 was actually written as a Hellraiser movie, but it didn't help. It didn't help matters. It sucked ass too. So,
what do you think that I know that they've been talking for a while, and there's been a few different iterations. There's some rumblings of this reboot that's going to bring the series back to the theatrical.
Well, you heard they greenlit the HBO series, right?
No.
Yeah, HBO is doing a mini series, at least one season of a Hellraiser mini series. It's greenlit and shooting. So, as far as I know,
Cenobites or something, or are they just going to call it Hellraiser?
I mean, I have no idea what the working title is. I just know that it's a Hellraiser themed, Hellraiser centric. I'm kind of hoping for a kind of like an episodic horror show, a la fucking, Tales from the Crypt, but with a darker aura, with Pinhead as the fucking MC. You know what I mean?
That would be really cool, but based on how everything these days is serialized, I almost think that's fucking impossible.
I think you're right. I think more than likely it'll probably just be, but I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think that the different venue might be a good fresh change, and HBO does. They can churn out some quality shit when they try. They can also turn some quality shit into shit when they try. So I guess we'll see. See what happens.
Well, I guess we've put it off enough.
Have we put off the pain enough?
Yeah, it's time to suffer. So I figured that you're probably the best person for this. I thought we'd just jump right into like the worst that hell has to offer. Or, well, I wish I could say this is the worst thing we're going to look at tonight, but
it probably ain't.
Probably not, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at Joe Biden's acceptance speech.
Woo doggies. I have not seen this yet. I've skipped this. So
let me ask you this. What, going into it, having not seen it, what do you think it's going to be like? You think it's just going to be, I mean, I don't even want to lead you. I just want to let you know.
If I were a betting man, whole lot of platitudes, not a whole lot of policy, whole lot of circle stroke, not a whole lot of substance. But that may just be pessimistic old Paul kind of kicking in and expecting the worst,
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and fucking spoilers. You're absolutely fucking right. That's exactly what it is. Shocking, right?
No, I can't hear him.
You can't hear him?
No.
Hold on.
We probably should have checked that when we did our sound check. Yeah, I can't hear him.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. How am I going to figure this out?
You might have to turn off mix minus.
All right, I think I'm going to have to share two. Oh yeah, I might be able. That might work. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Technical issues.
Sorry, guys. I can't really comment on. I mean, I probably should have just kept my mouth shut and just been like, oh,
just follow my lead, like. You know how it is,
but I wouldn't be here if I wasn't a glutton for punishment. So gluttons for punishment are the only people that get invited on this show.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Headphone. No, that's fucking stupid. Advanced audio. I hear Cornelius being bad out there.
Poor Corny.
She's like, Cornelius! That's all it is. That's why I know he's being really shitty. All right, so I had disabled mix minus. Let's see if it'll play for you now.
To the nation.
Yep.
You hear it now?
I do.
Are you hearing yourself coming back at yourself?
No.
Okay.
Delawareans. I see my buddy Senator Tom Carper down there, and I think Senator.
Oh, so yeah, the first bit of this is him just noticing people he knows in the crowd.
Coons is there, and I think the governor's around. Is that Ruth Ann? And that former Governor Ruth Ann Minner.
Wow, it's impressive. He still remembers all those names.
you might have to mute one of your audio sources with this because the people might be. Are people hearing it okay? They might be hearing double.
Let me see. Echo.
Check the chat and make sure they're not.
Yeah, they're hearing echo. Okay, mute one of my audio sources.
So mute the speakers.
Okay.
Just mute that. Mute the top audio source.
Well, that'll mute you.
Now because now I'm coming through you.
Oh, right. Okay, that works.
And so is Joe.
Yeah. Okay.
Most importantly, my sisters-in-law and my sister Valerie. Anyway.
All right, you guys hearing it okay now? It's going to take them a minute.
Yeah, they got to catch up and shit.
Definitely an echo. Yeah. Okay. Echo's probably gone by now.
I mean, it shouldn't be echoing anymore.
You guys hear it now? Uh-huh. It's perfect now. Okay. Fixed. All good. Good. All right. So, once again, Joe Biden giving his speech. Hopefully audio issues are done. I'll keep an eye on the chat, make sure that nothing else is happening.
People of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory, a victory for we the people. We've won with the most votes ever cast on a presidential ticket in the history of the nation.
Those glassy eyes of his are of concern to me. You know what I mean? Because there's a certain glassiness that old people get in their eyes that usually kind of denotes like not great situational awareness. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Joe often to me looks a little scared. Like he doesn't like, and old people tend to, I think, get that look about them sometimes, where they're not quite sure if they're going to be able to hold on through a sentence, and so they get this kind of fear in their eyes, and that's where I think the glassiness comes from. But it does worry me.
Oh yeah.
74 million. What I must admit has surprised me. Tonight, we're seeing all over this nation, all cities and all parts of the country, indeed across the world, an outpouring of joy, of hope, renewed faith in tomorrow. Bring a better day.
I mean, you're seeing that from some people. From other people, you're seeing a full-blown fucking psychotic goddamn meltdown. And from yet more people, you're just kind of seeing like, ugh.
Apathy and disgust at another fucking corporate presidency. Yeah, I mean, you've got a little bit more than happy-go-lucky, wonderful, good, happy sunshine feelings going on, Joe. But once again, as I predicted, platitudes, no policy.
I mean, it's not only is it no policy, but like not even acknowledging the reality that there's like plenty of people who are not that excited to see him be president.
Do you know how Joe really could have rocked the fucking house, bro? If he'd have stood up and immediately said, my first order of action will be to establish a UBI at least until the COVID-19 crisis is contained so that no person is thrown out of their home during this most trying time in American history. Boom. That's how you blow the roof off the fucking joint, Joe.
You ain't gonna get that.
And I'm humbled by the trust and confidence you've placed in me.
Who are you talking to?
I guess just the fucking people that are there, maybe, because certainly not anyone else. Okay, so like Joe Biden, I guess I can see why he wouldn't want to acknowledge this reality, but like the reality is there was people who voted for Trump and there was people who voted against Trump, and you happen to be the name on the fucking ballot that was against Trump. And that's
pretty much everybody I know that voted for you falls into that camp. So I don't know where this trust and confidence shit is coming from. They trusted you ever so slightly more than the fucking weird reality TV show host that's been having a mental breakdown for the last 4 years. That ain't saying much, Joe.
It's not saying much at all.
Pledged to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify. Who doesn't see red states and blue states, only sees the United States.
The United States. This is literally a cribbed line that I've heard from like so many fucking politicians before him.
You remember on that Grease Trap when we went through and we looked at all them campaign slogans and found out how much of them had been recycled or just had entered the political vernacular as a soundbite? I bet this is fucking one of them. Right?
It is. You know, I mean, especially once people started thinking about red states and blue states and shit and like watching election coverage every fucking year or every 4 years, you know, it's like, oh, someone came up with that line like, ooh, yeah, that's a good one. And they just recycle it over and over, especially on the Democrat side. The Republicans are more than happy to just be like red states.
Of course.
But Democrats always have to, oh, look, I'm going to be president for everybody. It's like, oh, how novel.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And work with all my heart, with the confidence of the whole people, to win the confidence of all of you.
Did that make sense? It didn't seem like it
with
did.
The confidence, I'm going to work hard with the confidence of all people to win the confidence of all of you.
I guess. You got it or you need it. I don't know.
He don't know either.
And for that is what America, I believe, is about.
And for that, I believe America is what it's what?
It's about people. And that's what our administration will be all about.
Was there a script for this? Because like there's a lot of there's like a lot of weird words repeated. Like you just ended two sentences with about, but it didn't sound like there was any rhythm to it. It just kind of seems clumsy.
I didn't watch this when it was happening and stuff, like I said, and I haven't watched it since, but I did see a lot of fucking people saying like, oh, Joe came alive on the stage tonight, man. Where was all that energy that he lacked at some points on the campaign trail just came pouring out. I saw some people that like aren't big fans of him saying this shit, and maybe it happens later in the speech, but
I will say that his energy level maybe a little bit later. I mean, like, it's not amazing, but I guess it's a little bit I mean, it's like all right for Joe Biden in terms of his energy level, I guess.
Sure.
Like, he seems like he's like kind of amped up, but like, I mean, there was no like super dynamic performance or anything.
I sought this office to restore the soul of America, to rebuild the backbone of this nation, the middle class, and to make America respected around the world again.
Make America respected around the world again. Make America great again. Just a different version of the same slogan.
I'm here to restore the fucking middle class.
The backbone.
The backbone of America that built America. I'm the guy that speaks for those people. Blah, 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 blah.
Do you have any plans about how you're going to do that?
Is this just cliff notes from every Democratic acceptance speech at the national level, presidential or otherwise, from the last fucking 20, 30 years?
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think there's a single thing he says in this speech that you couldn't find being said by another politician at some point. Like you could find pretty much every line here cribbed from somewhere, which I guess is appropriate considering like his first presidential campaign was sunk in part due to plagiarism.
Yeah.
And to unite us here at home, it's the honor of my lifetime that so many millions of Americans have voted for that vision. And now, the work of making that vision is real. It's a task, the task of our time. Folks, as I said many times before, I'm Jill's husband.
Look at the confusion after he fucking says that line. Hold on.
It almost sounded like he said, "I'm Joe's husband."
I want you to look at his face right after he says it.
Jill's husband.
All right, so check this out. Did you see what I'm saying? Like, that's some weird shit, man.
Yeah, it is, man.
What the fuck is going on?
I would not be here without her love and tireless support of Jill and my son Hunter and Ashley, my daughter, and all our grandchildren and their spouses and all our family. They're my heart.
I'm never going to be able to hear him talk about Hunter Biden without immediately just remembering that fucking foot job I saw.
The crack foot job.
Yeah, you know, like Hunter Biden on crack, maybe. I don't know if he was on crack during the foot job, but whatever. He was getting a foot job for sure.
See, man, the reason why I'm walking away from politics is because we don't get to see the juicy shit. You know what I mean? We get this, and I'm bored of this, and I know what this is. Like, I want to hear the phone call that Hunter Biden got when that crack foot job fucking video dropped right as his dad was trying to gain steam in a fucking election he was barely going to win. Oh my God, man. That's the politics I want access to, okay? I want to hear that fucking phone call. I want to hear that dad calling Hunter the first time he sees Hunter smoking crack, getting a foot job from a Filipino whore. Like, I gotta hear that. I don't want to hear this. This is just bullshit.
What if he just slipped it in? My son Hunter, who we all saw. You know,
I would respect him a little more.
I mean,
My
you know,
son Hunter, if he's sober enough to be watching tonight, not seeing double, and doesn't have his dick snugly between the feet of a Filipino whore, he'd probably be proud too. He helped a little, I guess. Hurt mostly. But, you know, he's my boy. I love him. You know, I'd be like, okay, it's a normal family over there.
yeah.
We're just gonna fucking record skip over the crack foot job and be like, thanks, Hunter.
Hunter, you done good, Hunter. You done good.
Jill's a mom, a military mom, an educator. And she has dedicated her life to education. But teaching isn't just what she does, it's who she is. For American educators, this is a great day for y'all.
Is it?
Is it really, though?
You're going to have one of your own in the White House. And Jill's going to make a great first lady. I'm so proud of her.
All right, I gotta give him something, man. When he pulls that slanted, winky smile, I almost fucking like the guy. You know what? You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Let's do it. Let's see. Hold on. Up there.
Right, it was right there.
I went right past it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Jill's going to make a great first lady. I'm so proud of her.
Right there.
What the fuck?
Boom. That should be the Joe Biden that we see every fucking goddamn day, dude. He should walk
Just
out.
do your slanted, winky Popeye smile everywhere you
God,
go, buddy.
man. That shit right there is politician polish right there. He's still got it. You know what I mean? All those years, he's old. He can barely remember where he is. In fact, most times he can't remember where he is. But I'm telling you, man, all that muscle memory is still there, man. That's that politician smile that makes the panties wet and makes the broad-chested men feel like they're amongst their own, man. You know what I mean? You either want to pull up to the fucking rail and have a big old fucking mug of suds with that guy, or you want to suck his dick. You don't fall anywhere in between, do you?
Someone said that's a creeper smile. That's not a creeper smile, dude.
That ain't no goddamn creeper smile, man. And if it is, he can creep his hand right down the front of my pants looking like that.
I've seen some creepier smiles from Joe Biden. That's more like a clink of the beers together kind of smile.
And I'll have the honor of serving with the fantastic vice president who you just heard from, Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Hey! Did you watch her thing too?
She talked for like 2 minutes. It was barely anything. It was like
it was not.
It was a little blip, and it was pretty much nothing.
Got it.
First woman, first black woman, the first woman from South Asian descent, the first daughter of an immigrant ever elected in this country. Don't tell me it's not possible in the United States.
Not the first private prison-loving authoritarian piece of shit elected to the VP, though.
No, not by a long shot there.
That glass ceiling didn't need shattering. It was shattered long ago, wasn't it,
And
Joe?
we're reminded tonight of those who fought so hard for so many years to make this happen. But once again, America's bent the arc of the moral universe more toward justice.
Bent the arc of the moral universe more towards justice.
The arc? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said America's bent the arc of the moral universe more towards justice. I don't know.
Who wrote that? He needs to fire whoever wrote that.
Not Joe Biden, I can tell you that.
No, he didn't come up with that.
Like it or not, your family, you become an honorary Biden. There's no way out.
Sounds like a threat.
Yeah, I know.
All those of you who volunteered and worked the polls.
Like that Filipino prostitute that worked my son Hunter's pole. You all saw that. Pretty big pole, too. Got that from me, you know?
Yeah, took after his daddy.
Kind of small
Know what
compared
I'm
to
saying?
mine, honestly, but pretty
Has
respectable.
a big old fat dick and loves him a foot job. Jill, I'm so proud of her. Gives the best foot jobs, let me tell you.
All you foot job lovers out there, you're going to have one of your own in the White House.
Dude, just put that in your head.
Crooked smile.
Put fucking Joe Biden laying on his back in the Washington bedroom with Jill Biden facing him, cupping his dick with her fucking arches
Yep.
and just going to town, man, because you know it's going to happen. The apple don't fall that far from the fucking tree, dude. If Hunter's getting a foot job, Joe likes some feet.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you just look at him and can tell he likes them feet.
You can tell, man. You can tell.
You can tell it right in this fucking freeze frame. Look at that shit.
He's thinking about Jill's fucking feet right now, dude.
It's like, oh,
You
baby.
can tell.
After he's chubbed up giving this speech, after he gets off the fucking stage, he's going right to fucking the foot job trailer.
Holy
In the middle of
shit.
this pandemic, local elected officials, you deserve a special thanks from the entire nation.
I like how this all takes place in front of the Chase Center, too, by the way.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like a portent of things to come.
Yeah, it's like both of these like speeches kind of ended up at the right venue, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that fucking shit where Trump thought he was booking the Four Seasons Hotel and he ended up booking some kind of fucking like, what even was that? Like a fucking
It was a landscaping place that was sandwiched between a dildo shop and like a rent to own place or something.
Oh my
It was
God,
like
dude.
it was hideous. And Rudy Giuliani actually stood in front of that fucking busted garage door with that somebody had haphazardly put a checkerboard of Trump signs on and fucking had a serious talk with people.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that also happened in the right place.
Yeah.
And to my campaign team and all the volunteers and all who gave so much of themselves to make this moment possible, I owe you. I owe you. I owe you everything. And to all those who supported us, I'm proud of the campaign we built and ran. I'm proud of the coalition we put together, the broadest and most diverse coalition in history. Democrats, Republicans, Independents, progressives, moderates, conservatives.
Wow, just everybody.
Just everybody. Big old love puddle now.
Big old, I mean, like political fucking differences. What are those? We're all Bidenists now.
Gone, man. COVID-19 solved, man. Everything that's been wrong the last fucking 8 years, done for, man. We're back, baby.
back.
Everybody in one big, giant fucking foot job orgy in the middle, okay? I want to see a love mosh pit right now. MAGA people, Get in there. Fucking hardcore blue-haired Chaz refugees. Get your fucking ass in the pit and start fucking loving, man.
The love
Joe Biden's
pit.
the president.
Young, old, urban, suburban, rural, gay, straight, transgender, white, Latino, Asian, Native American.
Everybody. Check
Gay,
all the
straight,
boxes.
transgender, people who like olives, people who don't like olives, everybody coming on here. Give your Uncle Joe a hug, yeah, every fucking person. Tall,
Let me tell you something.
short, fat, slim.
If you like pineapple on your pizza, I may not agree with you, but I will still be your president. I will govern from a pineapple neutral standpoint.
Pineapple on the pizza? I don't care.
Morning person, night person. You know what I mean? Kind of grumpy.
You like your coffee black? That's fine. You like your coffee with lots of cream and sugar? That's fine too. Everybody loves Joe Biden. I built the greatest coalition in history.
What a fucking sales
People
pitch,
who
dude.
love me, people who hate me. Everybody fucking loves me. Even my haters love me. I'm Joe fucking Biden, bitch.
All the adjectives.
I mean it, especially those moments. And especially for those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb. The African-American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours.
Black people.
I said at the outset, I wanted.
Didn't have your
Coulda
back.
had their- you-
Didn't have
you
your
coulda
back
had
in,
their-
and when I wrote the crime bill. Didn't have your back when I opposed busing. But man, lately though, I've been good. Remember me and Barack? Remember that?
You remember back when I stood on the Senate floor and talked about how I didn't want to have my kids living in a racial jungle? I had your back then, black people, and you've got mine now, and I can guarantee you I will not betray that trust. I will not.
To represent this campaign, to represent and look like America. We've done that.
I've turned my whole campaign into a racial jungle at this point.
Wait a minute. He's designed his whole campaign to look like America. So America is old, rich, white guys and fucking ex-prosecutors.
Yep.
That's what I'm. All right, cool.
But black.
fuck me.
Wait. Black woman ex-prosecutors.
My bad. I forgot a few adjectives in there.
Come on
You're right.
now.
Now that's what I want the administration to.
I love how everybody, you know, the coolest thing about like, we got our first black president. It's like, wow. I'm glad the first black president was a piece of shit. I'm glad that the first black woman vice president is a piece of shit. Because you know what? That's the true American experience.
Yeah. Being disappointed by the person that you feel represents you most in fucking politics is a rite of passage that no American should be denied. And now, you know, black Americans of all stripes will have that chance.
See, you know, us white people, we're spoiled because like we've been, like we don't even fucking care, you know, especially white men. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
another white
Yeah,
man.
white men.
Who cares? Another fucking douchebag. Whatever.
We got a whole sack of lies we've been carrying around our whole fucking lives, man. We're used to this shit. But you guys ain't been fucked over by one of your own yet. Get ready. Grab your socks.
Yeah, and after enough of them, maybe you guys will realize that it wasn't the white man fucking you over. It was just the the fucking whoever's on top of the pyramid. Doesn't matter what fucking skin color they come in. Doesn't matter what the fuck they say, do, look like, pretend to think. They're gonna fuck you. And I can't wait for Kamala Harris to fuck everybody when she's president in 3 months.
That's dark.
Look like and
That's
act
dark,
like.
dude.
For all those of you who voted for President Trump, I understand the disappointment tonight. I've lost a couple times myself, but now let's give each other a chance.
Yeah. Let's give each
So,
other a chance, bro.
From what I've seen on Twitter, they seem to be taking this olive branch pretty well.
Yeah,
I've seen
man. That's great.
I've seen a lot of people on the right extending that helpful hand, you know what I mean? And being like, all right, reach across the aisle, give them the benefit of the doubt, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people. You know, I was surprised because I expected Trump, you know, the MAGA Twitter and stuff, and you know, all these people like that to really be upset that their guy lost. But
Freak
honestly,
out even.
yeah, but honestly, it's been just like, you know, look, guys, Biden won fair and square. Time to give him his fair fucking chance. You know, like A lot of people, when Trump got elected, we encouraged everybody. Look, even if you oppose him, just come on, give him a chance. Let him have a fucking chance.
Just the other day, I was whipping in to get some gas in my car real quick, and overheard a conversation, and the dude was like, "Willie, it's time to set politics aside now. We've got ourselves a new president. Now, all that stuff we talked about Trump, set that to the side now, because we got to come together as Americans." I overheard that just the other day at a 7-Eleven. No joke.
I mean, I hear it all over the place now. It's crazy. Biden's really brought this nation together. It's because I think he just put together the most diverse coalition of all time.
Yeah.
Well, it continues platitude laden. Let's skip a little ahead here. Let's go see how it wraps up. I'll skip to like 12 minutes in.
I've always believed we can define America in one word.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that sentiment is bullshit. And
no, the word is bullshit.
If it did exist, would be bullshit. So
I think that's my best guess. So
possibilities. That in America.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Couldn't you describe any country or anything that has the ability to change itself with that same?
Yeah,
descriptor.
Unfortunately, for the possibilities thing, not all possibilities are good. In fact, a lot of them are really horrible. So,
most of them.
It's a pretty neutral word, honestly. If anything, it might skew a little bit more towards negative. So,
yeah.
So honestly, yeah, no. I guess.
There's a possibility that when you leave your house tomorrow, you find $100 bill sitting on the sidewalk. And there's a possibility that when you turn off the show tonight, there's a fucking crazy crack addict sitting in your fucking closet waiting for you to get all snuggled in so he can fucking slit your throat in your sleep and rob you blind.
There you go.
Everyone should be given an opportunity to go as far as their dreams and God-given ability will take them. You see, I believe in the possibilities of this country.
I believe in the possibilities.
He's had a stutter since he was a little boy, TJ. Are you really gonna take this low-hanging fruit right now?
All right, I'm sorry. You're right.
Man is our president.
Ahead to an America that's free.
Well, respect for our fucking president, please.
Ahead to an America that creates jobs with dignity and respect. Ahead of America that cures diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's.
Yeah, we're working real hard on that Alzheimer's cure. I'll tell you that.
We're
gonna need that motherfucker, especially if we keep electing fucking 90-year-olds.
Dude, Coolman made a funny. Did you see it?
What he said?
He said I'd like to describe Olive Garden as one word: possibilities.
All right, Coolman. You know what, Coolman? Today, yeah, you get the golf clap, buddy. You get it.
Yep.
Possibilities,
Bravo.
dude. All right, man. It was a dad joke, but it was a so bad it's a good one. So
yeah, definitely hard dad joke.
America that never gives up, never gives in.
Look at just the blank, dull eyes of these people. Never gives up, never gives in. Yay, America, we got a flag.
This is a great nation. It's always been a bad bet to bet against America. We're good people. This is the United States of America.
Vietnam.
And there's never been anything.
Vietnam, that would have been smart money.
Able to do.
Except for Medicare for all, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Not that one.
Too.
That's one we can't do. Or win the war in Vietnam.
When we've done it together. Folks, in the last days of the campaign, I began thinking about a hymn that means a lot to me and my family, particularly my deceased son, Bo. It captures the faith that sustains me and which I believe sustains America. And a hope. And I hope.
Hope, huh? We're here to abandon that.
Would it be like really disgraceful of me to wonder out loud whether or not Bo, while he was alive, liked him a good slippery foot job too? Or
I heard it was
disrespectful of the dead or whatever.
I don't think it's disrespectful because I've honestly heard people say that actually
there's nothing to be ashamed of.
It was the foot job what killed him, dude.
Is that
yeah, they fucking I think they said it was cancer or something, but honestly it was he was getting a foot job from a fucking Filipino, like, which is, what the Bidens do. I mean, hey, whatever, don't judge. It's fucking their sexuality.
Dude, the Biden men have used that as a pastime since time immemorial.
That's just, I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with it. That's how Bidens are. But, she happened to be a particularly strong prostitute, and he wanted a rougher and rougher foot job, and she ended up pulling his dick off with her feet, and was miles to the closest hospital, and he bled out. That's how Beau Biden died. So I don't think it's improper to bring it up at all. He died as he lived, getting a foot job.
Tragic.
Provide some comfort and solace.
Anyway, we're gonna listen to this hymn now, Paul.
The 230,000
Come on,
Americans.
get the hymn. 230 million thousand Americans, Paul.
He never can do the
this
numbers.
Terrible virus this year.
I kind of relate to him on that one. I fucking do that all the time. I'm always saying like 2,700 when I mean 27,000 or whatever. So,
yeah, I think to myself sometimes, like, I can relate to that too, but I'm not the president,
Yeah, nor should you be. Nor should I be.
Thank goodness I'm not the president.
Hopefully this hymn gives you solace as well.
Yep. All right, I'm ready. Are you go? Let's get ready for solace, you guys.
It goes like this.
All right.
And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, and make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. And now together.
Yeah, I'm comforted as fuck, dude. Those empty fucking words, they really resonated deeply with me, man.
You didn't turn your palms up like I did. I had a spiritual experience.
Oh shit! Was I supposed to do?
This is how you're supposed to do when there's somebody's reading a hymn.
I like how this little kid here is like more interested in like the phone in his hands. Like he's not even looking at the stage. He's like filming something off to the side somewhere.
Yeah,
like filming Jill Biden's tits
somebody
or
in the
something.
chat brought up a good point. Why did he have to, like, if he wanted to be inclusive, why did he have to sing a hymn? Why not a her?
Yeah, good point.
Why recite a hymn? Hasn't there been enough hymn reciting in this country?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
About some her reciting.
On the work that God and history have called upon us to do, with full hearts and steady hands, with faith in America and in each other, with love of country, a thirst for justice. Let us be the nation that we know we can be, a nation united, a nation strengthened, a nation healed. The United States of America, ladies and gentlemen, there's never been anything we've tried we've not been able to do. So remember, as my grandpapa, our grandpapa used to say when I walked out of his home.
Popper, what?
Your grandpa Parsnoppy?
What the fuck is that? What?
Is that what he said? My grandpa Parsnoppy said? He had a grandpa named Parsnoppy Biden?
I'll hear that again.
I walked out of his home when I was a kid up in. So remember, as my grandpapa, our grandpapa used to say when I walked out of his home.
My grandpappy, what?
Oh.
And my grandpappy said when I was a bear.
Subtitles on, please.
When I was a kid up in Scranton, he said, Joey, keep the faith.
Can you imagine being the person who's tasked with having to sit there and transcribe Biden sometimes? Like, what the fuck was that?
And our grandmother, when she was alive, she yelled, no, Joey, spread it. Spread the faith. God love you all.
His grandma told him to spread it. Spread it, Joe. Spread it.
Okay. Well, that was awkward. Is this his denouement here?
Yeah, pretty much.
May God bless America and may God protect our troops. Thank you.
Wow.
So
I'm
really weirded out by the fact that like, the last two speeches I've seen Biden make, he's closed both of them with like, God protect our troops. I'm like, what are you planning on doing with our troops, you fucking piece of shit? Why are you talking about the troops so damn much? What do you got? What are you fucking planning?
I mean, they've been like what they were planning back in 2016. You remember Hillary saber rattling against Russia and shit? You remember her fucking heart? You think that's changed?
You think it's it's going to go right back to the Russia thing?
Oh, I think it'll be Russia or proxy wars with Russia or some dictatorship in the Middle East. I mean, dude, it's hardly even shocking now. I mean, the last time this dude held high office, we invaded 2 new countries. So, you know what I mean?
Russia. Love it.
I don't think it'll be Russia, but I think it'll be some asset of Russia's or some fucking strategic fucking advantage of Russia's or whatever the fuck.
Some proxy war shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's going to be good.
Well,
Grandma's going in dry. Yeah, Paul, what was your thoughts on that collection of platitudes? By the way, the part that I skipped was nothing more than more platitudes. Like, there was like, I think that policy might have been glancingly mentioned at some point in the speech. I think there was some kind of like,
in what form?
Like allusion. There was an allusion to healthcare and how all Americans needed healthcare or whatever the fuck. And I think that was pretty much about it. So there was maybe like one or two policy things in the speech, but it was 99% platitudes, 99% platitudes we've heard before.
Feel good, jingoistic, America-centric, USA, American exceptionalism, fucking bald eagle bullshit that we've heard a million fucking times as Americans. Look, dude, can I tell you something, Joe? Real fucking Americans, we feel that shit already. We don't need you to stand up and instill us with pride in what this country has done and what this country could do. Okay, real Americans that have lived here have a little wellspring of that inside of themselves that speaks on its own. It speaks with its own voice, Joe. What we want to hear is what you're going to do about it. We want to hear how you're going to answer that little voice inside of us that says that America can do great things. We want to hear what fucking words you've got for that little voice inside of us, not echoing what it says. We know this place is special. We know that this place has potential, Joe. Why do you think we all care so much? Why do you think we all fight so hard? Why do you think we endure lie after lie and trick after trick and fucking walk back after walk back from you people? Because we hate this fucking place? Wrong. Even the ones that hate it, even the ones that openly profess to hate it, it's tough love we're giving this fucking place, Joe. So enough of the platitudes, man. Tell me what you're going to do. What are you going to do? How are you going to help me? How are you going to help the person getting kicked out of his house next week? Because the fucking eviction protections ran out in his state.
If only we could eat platitudes. If only we could eat platitudes. If only we could fucking use them as shelter. If I could just build a nice little house for all the homeless people out of platitudes, that'd be great. So I was talking about this in my stream yesterday. It's kind of unrelated, but I don't know, something you said kind of reminded me of it. I was like reading, like, I just decided, like, okay, I'm going to search how much would it cost to actually fix the homeless problem, like to solve homelessness in America. And the price tag is shockingly low. $20 billion. Even if that's like downplaying it, it's like, it's in that ballpark. 20 billion, maybe 25, 30. Sure. You know, this is like 1/10 of the wealth of Jeff Bezos. This is a fraction of our military budget. I mean, it's just like crazy to me. We have tent cities. We have people starving on the street. We have people who, even a lot of people who have homes, have substandard homes. But like, we could get everybody a home. Could totally solve the homelessness problem. $20 billion.
Yeah. I mean,
like, there are private citizens. There's private citizens in this country.
Number.
There's private citizens in this country that could do it. It's outrageous.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'll go with your fucking number. There's other problems in this country, too, that could be easily solved. Maybe not as easily as the homeless problem, but just require a reorganization of our fucking financials. A little less emphasis on war, a little more emphasis on infrastructure, and this place could be something fucking real special, man. So we could shine this scuffed shoe up to look pretty fucking good with a little bit of investment and a little bit of old-fashioned American ingenuity. But
this guy's not going to do anything to help anyone. They're already talking austerity. This is going to be one hell of a 4 years. Sorry, guys. Buckle up. Demented, senile American Yeltsin is here to help. American Yeltsin. That might be the best descriptor I've heard so far.
That might be the name of the Biden biopic in 2050.
Yep. The American Yeltsin. Someone just said that they were walking around their neighborhood and they saw many eviction and shut down notices, or shut out notices rather.
I mean, I can just tell you guys right now. I've been looking for a place to live outside of Louisiana for a long time, and it took me a fucking Herculean feat to find a place because people are just sitting and waiting. They're not moving because they can't pay their rent, and they're waiting for these rent eviction extension, these eviction protections to expire state by state. By the way, the simple fact that there is no national standard for that is fucking disgraceful. The fact that it's left up to states when people can or can't be kicked out of their homes into a pandemic when they're told they can't go to work is fucking disgraceful. An absolute fucking disgrace. 100%.
Well, after that platitude-laden bullshit, I feel like I need a palate cleanser. So, let's watch this little freak-out compilation here.
News Decision Desk can now project that former Vice President Joe Biden will win Pennsylvania and Nevada, putting him over the 270 electoral votes he needs to become the 46th president of the United States.
The Biden tried never steal the election. The media is covering up.
Oh, come on, don't do that.
The Biden tried never steal this election. The media is covering up. The Biden tried never steal this election. The media is covering up. We want our freedom for the world. Give us our freedom, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's covering up this election. He's stealing it.
So the only unfortunate thing about that guy is that I guess that he sort of looks vaguely like me. So a number of people wrote me like, "Yo, TJ, saw your freak out on the fucking." It's like, man, just like you
a blonde guy.
Yeah, it's just like you get any beard, any fat dude who's white with blonde hair, I get it. Like that's me. It's just me. Whatever facial, like if he's blonde and he's a man, he's like, look, TJ, it's you. It's like, all right. So I wish the dude wasn't blonde. That's about my only complaint.
See, this guy fucked up because right after fucking Trump was elected, we got that bitch going, no, to the sky, right?
Right.
Because and the reason there was tons of fucking meltdowns that were probably bigger than hers, but she was the first. She was the meme. This guy is now the first. He's the meme. So for the next fucking at least like 8 years, probably, he's going to be seeing himself everywhere as an example of people that can't accept that Trump lost the election.
Yeah, and also, I mean, yeah, that's gotta be weird. I wonder what that bitch is up to these days.
See, they should do like a fucking like a meme, people that have become memes documentary where they like, where are they now, these people, and find out like how their lives were impacted. I know the story is pretty dark for some people. The Star Wars kid, Ghislaine Raza, almost killed himself.
Damn.
Because of the bullying and shit that he got. And that was a pretty cool video, to be honest with you. Looking back, it's swaggy. Like he's a fat dude, but he goes all out like Darth Maul with a double-bladed lightsaber in his garage. Like back when I was 20, that was cringe, but now that I'm 40, that sounds like a good way to spend a fucking afternoon. You know what I mean?
Screaming inauguration lady speaks. What is her name? Okay.
You're trying to find out what happened to her?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what happened to that chick.
Dude, give me 1 second. I need more tea. I'm going to run and go get tea.
Okay, no problem. I'm trying to find this out anyway. Looks like the video about her got taken down. If anyone can fucking, anyone in the chat could find something, maybe Coolman. Coolman, I know you're pretty good at that kind of stuff. If you can find something about what happened to that woman, I would love to see. I'd love to know where she is these days.
Where were we? What was the last question?
I love the dude afterwards. After that fucking dude just shows up and starts screaming, he's just like, okay. And what was that last question? It's just like, oh man, doesn't even skip a beat. What's this about Proud Boys looking at people's ballots or whatever the fuck? Uh-huh. Moved to Australia. Who moved to Australia? That chick who was screaming moved to Australia? What is this? I don't know what that shit you're sending me is, Coolman, but.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
It's no problem.
I'm ready to absorb. I actually have not, like, I've been kind of denying myself this shit too, because I don't want to fall into, I've seen a little bit of this like meltdown shit.
Yeah.
But this is my first real big dose of it, so I'm actually kind of excited.
All right. Well, here's a little more.
The media said what? The media said Joe Biden's president.
What the fuck? Dude, I swear to Christ, this is Ken Copeland, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I swear to God, I've seen so many disturbing fucking clips of this dude.
Yeah, this is another one.
One day, he's going to be up there standing at his Lord of Hosts podium, and I swear to fucking Christ, he's going to rip and peel that skin suit off and reveal Beelzebub underneath or something. And I'm going to fall at his feet. Dude, this guy is pure fucking unadulterated evil.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's not the sound of human laughter for one thing. Ha 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 ha. It's like, okay, cuckoo, cuckoo.
His eyes are all pupil and no iris, dude.
I know. They're just like these joyless little black diamonds or whatever the fuck, and this weird fake full-throated open-mouthed laugh that he's doing is like nightmare fuel.
It's hideous.
And I just keep, every time I see it, I keep expecting the end to be the laugh turning into like crying and him fucking falling over. But it never happens.
You're happy with your corner coffee shop. They want to make you drink Starbucks every day from now until forever, no matter how it tastes. That's the future they promise. Everyone doing the same thing.
So you catch that? You're going to drink Starbucks every day forever.
Sorry.
It's all good. I don't know if you caught what Tucker Carlson just said there, but
I missed Tucker's input.
He basically, I don't even really understand what the fucking, he said, like, you might like your local coffee shop, but they are going to make you drink Starbucks coffee every day, no matter how it tastes. Because they want you to all be the same.
Them.
I don't even really understand. I don't understand, like, what's even, like, where's even the dystopia there? I don't even know.
The liberal intelligentsia, TJ, don't you know?
Yeah, they just fucking, they love their Starbucks.
The fact is that a lot of you guys who went balls to the wall hard as fuck for Trump up until this election are literally on my timeline saying, you might have a shot, but if Biden wins, you know what the fuck it is! You know what the fuck it is! Do not let these sons of bitches fucking tell you different! You know what it is! Look inside yourself! It was real! It is real! And if you are not willing to fight, then damn it, you are willing to lay down and let these crooks run America. I can't live like that!
Okay, man. I don't even know what the fuck is going on there.
I mean, I know exactly what the fuck is going on there. It's the same shit that was going on in 2016 when Trump won. Just in a different political spin behind it.
You know what? It's on.
Gotta be a meme. That one's gotta be a meme.
It's gotta be, right?
That last one I think is
yeah,
satire.
that's gotta be, right? There's no fucking way.
You know what? It's on. It's on.
So, let me just say,
don't threaten me with a good time, big boy.
Oh man. Okay, so this is why. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this and just remind myself of why I'm keeping this mustache, no matter how annoying it gets.
Yeah. Oh shit, you're right. This is how you used to keep your beard.
Yeah.
Because you hate your fucking mustache.
I really do hate it, but I have to look at it every time I think of like maybe I'll just shave my mustache. I got to look at this picture and be like, no, don't do it.
This is what they wanted for. This is what they pushed for. And all these 4 years, they just push and poke, and nothing's gonna happen, right? We're just gonna lay down and take it like dogs, like get kicked like they've been kicking us. Let one motherfucker come in my face.
Let one motherfucker come in your face. All right.
Yeah, all right.
Can I be the first one?
I'll give it a fucking shot. I mean, I don't know.
I think I could rub one out to that. I don't know about you, but that beard looks like a good little nest for cummies.
Here's the they're praying at the
See, I saw this one through you.
yeah. They're laying hands on the building.
Yeah.
We are the champions.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Like in a world that is inappropriately used that song probably millions of times, that has to be the most inappropriate use ever.
I don't know. Did you see did you see all the fucking Trump people that were like going around moshing to like what was they were like waving the American flag on their MAGA shit. They were listening to their fucking Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, dude. Well, in the run up to the election, you remember I told you I watched a bunch of those fucking rallies? Well, a lot of that time was spent waiting for Trump because he's always 30 to 40 minutes late to every rally.
Right.
And so they start the feed. And you know what? The songs that they were playing like Billy Joel, Queen, Pink Floyd. I heard Wish You Were Here. I heard fucking Vienna Waits. I heard fucking like literally it was like Elton John. It was like every fucking liberal artist that probably would vomit at the very thought of being associated with Donald Trump got played at those rallies, and they were all just fucking having a go at it, dude. They loved it.
Ugh, gross. That sucks.
Being released right now. Angels are-
But the song they were listening to was literally the one that was about how like cops are pieces of shit.
Right, yeah. Some of them armed forces are the same that burn crosses. Yeah.
And then at the end, it's like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. You know? And all the Trump people are like dancing to it, like, yeah! It's like, this song is against you. Fucking more. I don't know.
That's how you know that we're well and truly fucked.
I know.
When that irony is not lost on people anymore, it's like, okay, well.
are being dispatched right now. Hamanta aka ata raka deda baka sanda ata ambo osa kata rite eke banda ata rike didi ashata.
This sounds like a children's book. This sounds like Ricky Tikki Tavi or some shit. I love when these fucking Christians do this, like speaking in tongues, babble shit to fill in for actual substance. It's like a preacher's best friend.
It's
the greatest fucking scam of all time, dude, because it's like at some point preachers must have been like, man, it's really hard getting up there and like talking stuff constantly and keeping people riled up. What can we do about that? I don't know. Let's look in the Bible. Speaking in tongues. Yeah, that's right. So when I run out of shit to say, I just bibbidi bobbidi boo. Alikazula mitztabula bibbidi bobbidi boo. And what the fuck, dude?
For angels have even been dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here. In the name of...
Who's this guy that while she's doing this is just kind of wandering around behind her?
I don't know.
It reminds me of, what's his face? The rapper we fucking tried to have open for us at the last meetup we did.
Jareth Gawain, yeah.
Yeah, Jareth Gawain, dude, when he was like drunk and shit and he fucking bombed his set. And then we had to go out early. And then, like, while we were doing our intro shit, he was just kind of wandering around the stage. We're like, get off the fucking stage. Is this guy Jareth Gawain? What the fuck is going on?
Jesus from South America. They're coming here. They're coming here.
All right. Hey, listen. If you fucking are so, like, inept in terms of, like, speaking skills that you just have to repeat phrases over and over again, then, like, maybe just don't get on the stage. 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 You're a moron. You're a moron. You're a moron.
They're coming here. They're
coming here. They're coming here. Ooh, they're coming here. Ooh, from Africa, they're coming here. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Angelic reinforcement. Angelic reinforcement.
Angelic reinforcement. Ooga booga ooga. The bitch is fucking coming in her fucking panties, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on there.
Oh, this dude right here. I don't know what his name is, but I've seen him before, and I'm interested to hear what he has to say about all this because he's been a big old Trump fanboy.
Well, he looks happy here, so let's see.
Just don't get it, do y'all? It's so cute. Y'all so silly. Y'all so silly listening to the media. Y'all really believe CNN? Y'all really believe fake news?
This is just like. Oh, he's just in, like, denial mode still?
Yeah, full-blown, like, grift mode.
CNN and fake news, Fox News, the media don't get to decide.
Yeah, they don't. That's true. The media doesn't get to decide. The vote tally gets to decide, and that's what actually has... Like, did you notice the... Okay, so if it was, like, a case of, like, the media just fucking Trump, they would have just said on election night, like, Joe Biden, clear winner, all states, what are you going to do? Ha-ha, media power, bitch. No, the media literally sat and waited on this shit for, like, 5 days while these counts happened.
They were extra cautious, dude.
If anything, there was an overabundance of caution calling these races.
In previous election cycles, a lot of these states would have been called already. They would have been just called. You know what I mean? Like prior to the fucking ballots all being counted and shit. I've seen like they fucking put California blue before 1% of the vote is in. You know what I mean? They were extra fucking careful with these states, and it's not enough, you know. It's not enough for these people.
The president-elect is. The media don't get to certify who the president-elect is. This is not over. Oh, y'all so silly.
Yeah, man. Trump still got this, man. You know, you so stupid. Trump still gonna win, y'all.
See, I figured out that if I put on a general demeanor of happiness and incredulity, then it's going to get people to watch my video because they're trying to feel that same thing. Everything's good.
You fraud.
It's cute. Y'all thought it was over.
Okay. Country is literally die. I don't think y'all know how much we need Trump. I'm scared for the future when Biden wins. Why? Hold on. No one can. I can't read that. That was like a. You don't understand how much Trump made the world a better place. Biden is taking away half our rights.
Half of them, huh?
Only half. Hope everyone that thought Biden was better is happy. All right, dope.
That's some deep political commentary.
That was funny. So why are you hopping?
We push back every agenda
She's again.
that would release a premature satanic agenda.
Really, it's a premature satanic something. I don't know.
In the name of Jesus, anything that would be of an antichrist spirit, we break it right now. In the name of Jesus, every
This bitch just got people fucking hobbling around her set. Fuck is
That's
going
part
on,
of this
man?
Christian thing, though. Like, people will come up and like sob at the altar and shit. It's all part of the big show. It's all part of being part of what's going on and feeling like you belong in the room and shit, and getting a little bit of the limelight for yourself because you are petitioning the Lord just a little bit harder than everybody else in the audience, aren't you? If you're weeping up on stage behind the preacher.
Oh yeah. What if you went up there and jerked off?
You're extra pious then. You spill your holy seed on the altar. Extra pious.
This is
Try it
Jesus.
next time you're at church. If you don't
we
know.
break
I'm gonna
it
do
right
it.
now. Every antichrist agenda that is being pushed, we break it, we override it, we overturn it, we overturn it, we overturn it in the name of Jesus.
Look at this shit. What the fuck am I looking at? There's literally just fuck a bunch of people walking around. Voter fraud stinks.
What was it
Wow,
called?
that was great.
This is a great one.
The time that it took to take that magic marker out right on the poster board and track down your gas mask was probably the most wasted time in human history. That was the shittiest.
Have you ever? Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever seen a worse sign? Like this is. Yeah,
No.
that sucks.
And like, look at it. Like that's it. That's the meme. Is that? That's it. That's it. That's the meme.
What was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. We have to forget about the law.
And forget about
That
the
was
fact that
Rudy,
I'm.
by the way, standing in front of that fucking ramshackle garage door that probably doesn't even open on its own anymore with a bunch of signs.
Bunch of fucking reporters that got dragged there because they thought they were going to the Four Seasons Hotel and they ended up in front of a fucking lawn service or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, across the street from the fucking pet crematory. You couldn't make it up. You really like couldn't have made up a funnier fucking outcome than that. Like if you like, I tried. Did you see me on Twitter? I was trying. I was like, Rudy Giuliani press conference from the bottom of a fucking latrine tonight. You know, and it's still not as funny.
Trump, you were an amazing president. No matter what anyone says, you did so much for America, and I want to thank you for everything you did. That really wasn't too bad. Whatever. All right, this is pretty what?
We will not fall for their evil tricks again. We will not fall for the lies of the Jews this time.
The Jews.
Yeah, the lies of the
Jews?
Jews. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
I was
boy.
on the Donald.win yesterday for my stream,
Yeah.
and they were like, because Netanyahu was like, congratulations to President-elect Biden, blah 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 blah, and they're like, this fucking bitch, you see this? Netanyahu just betrayed fucking Trump, you guys. This is why you don't trust them. This is why you don't trust those shifty fucking Jews.
It's always the Jews.
I know, man. I mean, it was like they were like, we're friends to Israel. We love Israel. Second, Netanyahu was like, congratulations to Joe Biden. They're like, fuck you, Jews. I warned you guys. Yeah. And then there's all these people in the comments like, I warned you guys not to trust the Jews. That's probably why President Trump fucking found himself in this mess, because he trusted the fucking Jews. The Jews.
Republicans have been doing the hot potato with the Jews since I was a kid, man. It's either like the world is better because we supported Israel, or everything went to shit because Israel betrayed us again. You know what I mean? It's like there's never any in between. Nothing ever happens on this planet that doesn't radiate forth from Israel's fucking unescapable fucking magnet of cultural attraction.
Yeah,
like
American
Israel
conservatism
is the center of the fucking universe.
American conservatism really does have a weird, rocky love-hate relationship with Israel and the Jewish people. It's like,
well, the reason it's so fucking weird and rocky is because it's all based in the Bible. The Jewish people have to continue to exist in order for the Bible to be true, because that's where Jesus comes back. See, like his chosen people have to prepare the land of fucking Israel so that he can come back to it. They got to be there. So we have to protect them. But by the same time, we have to blame them for everything that's going wrong, from pedophilia to violence in video games to banks to fucking, like, you name it. You name a social ill, and I guarantee you there's somebody out there blaming the Jews for it.
Man, them fucking Jews.
Our war is with them! USA!
I'm asking, why aren't they demanding the Department of Justice step into a political crime as it appears?
Why aren't they demanding?
Thank you, Rick.
Why aren't they demanding that Lou Dobbs be dragged screaming out of the Fox News studios, stripped butt naked, slathered with hot fucking pitch, and then rolled in a bunch of duck feathers and kicked down the fucking street?
Yeah, why are they demanding that?
We'll do just that.
Yeah.
And
I'm demanding it. Fuck.
thanks for spending your time with us, and I apologize for delaying your legal action.
Destruction! Like home, Michigan!
I thought that was Kathy Bates for a second.
Governor! Destruction and deceit! Richard Whitmer! You are a leader that's leading destruction and lies and hidden agendas, and we will not stand for it! And we are bringing the rule and reign of Jesus Christ!
Excuse me, you dumb bitch. Could you pull that COVID catcher up for me? Thank you. Quit chin strapping, you dumb fuck.
I have no idea what the fuck, man.
I will tell you, that was a good look. I guarantee you, though, there's probably way more.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Well,
it's happening every second, right? Like
yeah,
every second.
Well, here's the thing. 90% of these fuckers, like if we went to the Donald or something right now, you know, we 90% of them would just be like, everything's fine, you guys. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't pay no mind to the media. Pay no mind to these states that have been called blue. The media has no power here. They have no power over us. This is all part of Donald's master plan. Sit back and just enjoy the show as he defeats the deep state once more. So that's where they are right now. And so that's why we haven't seen there's not too many freakouts going on right now because the denial is still super strong.
So do you want to speculate a little bit? Like, you know, Trump's got another 2 months and change in office, right? Well, a little more.
Yeah, a little bit.
So yeah, like, what is he going to concede sometime in that time? Is he literally going to like just barricade himself in the Oval Office when the day comes and be dragged out? Is he going to try and stage some sort of like pseudo military coup by surrounding the place with a bunch of fucking soldiers that he calls in and gives orders to? Like what kind of craziness do you foresee? Or is he just going to like wait like way too long, make a weak concession speech and then disappear?
I mean, I definitely don't expect to see a concession speech out of him. Like, I mean, I really can't imagine Trump. Sorry, I didn't.
No, it's okay. I got it fixed. Okay. It's all good. I moved myself.
Yeah, I really don't expect to see a concession speech out of his ass at any point. I'll tell you that much. I don't know about, I mean, I don't think that it would necessarily come down to like a literal kick and drag, but I mean, if it does, I hope there's footage. I hope there's footage of him being dragged out of the office. I don't know. I feel like at some point, probably the people around him will have an intervention. I've heard. Well, the great thing about the Trump White House is that there's so many leaks in it that you kind of always, if you want to know what's going on in the Trump White House, you can kind of find out because there's just like nobody fucking keeps their mouth shut in there. There's no fucking discipline to it whatsoever.
I wonder sometimes if a lot of that wasn't by design. I mean, Maybe. Trump is the ultimate fucking media hound, right? He knows that as long as there's fucking attention on him, that he's in the cycle, like, right? That's how he won, right?
Yeah, but I have heard rumors that like Ivanka and some other people have kind of been roped into like an eventual intervention force that's going to have to go like sit him in a room and like talk to him about what he's going to have to do. Like, dude, kind of like baby him into it. I don't know.
I mean, will he even listen to them at that point? That's the question. Do they think that like Ivanka holds some kind of special place with him?
I guess so. I mean, yeah, we know he wants to fuck her, even though it's his daughter. Maybe he has. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I guess that they feel like Ivanka has his ear, and I think they talked about a few other people in some capacity, like going and talking to him. But obviously, for now, they're going to let him think he still has a chance with his little legal challenges and stuff. But I mean, like, it's just not close enough. If it was like down to one state or something, you might be able to fucking do something. But
well, somebody asked me about that today. It was like a younger person DM'd me and was like, "Can you tell me like how what's going on right now relates to 2000 and how like was the sentiment the same and was the situation the same?" And I was like, no. You know, it was one state, and the political climate was completely fucking different. And people were the left was a little bit salty, but once George W. Bush got in there, it was pretty much like, well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Kind of, there was no acrimony about it, really. I mean, Gore gave up. He went on and said, in the interest of national security and the best interest of the people, I will step down for my spot, or whatever he said. You know, he did it of his own free will and volition. Like, this is completely different. There's like multiple states in play, multiple legal actions, current and pending. Like, who knows? Like that's the thing, is like, I'm not trying to spin some conspiracy yarn that Trump might be able to flip it, because I really don't see that happening unless there's some kind of magical fucking unification of all this legal action that gets kicked up to the fucking Supreme Court and he gets a 5-3. In which case, maybe, like, it's an avenue, right? Still, even though it's been called, right?
Right. I mean,
it's a door that I feel is getting tinier and tinier by the minute, but I mean, you have to concede it's possible.
I don't see any legal experts who are like unbiased and neutral who are saying like Trump's got a real solid chance of pulling this off. Everybody I see saying Trump can pull this off are already like MAGA hat wearing, kind of like, yeah, MAGA. It was also way closer in Florida in 2000 as well. It came down to just a few hundred votes in a couple of different counties and shit. At the end, it was an insanely gnat's ass tight race. We're seeing like, I haven't looked at the numbers in a couple of days, but the last time I looked at Pennsylvania, it looks like just call that motherfucker for Biden, because I don't care what's going on. Trump's not making it up with any fucking absentee ballots. It's just not happening. So let's go ahead. Same thing goes for Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona. The last time I looked at those numbers, none of them looked good for Donald Trump. So Georgia. Pennsylvania has actually been called already. Yeah. So right now we are at 290. I'm just talking about in terms of the difference in votes, and could a legal action possibly get rid of enough Biden votes by claiming that they came in after Election Day illegally or something to make up a Trump victory? I mean, never say never, because as Joe Biden said, if one word summarizes America, it's possibilities. So right. But what we're looking at right now is basically this kind of map here, where Georgia hasn't been called, but it's probably going blue. I mean, there's a chance that the military votes that come in are going to fucking flip it, but I don't know, because it's super close. The governor there has all but fucking promised a recount. Right, a recount pretty much is going to. I mean, it's so close that a recount's pretty much all going to happen in that state. Sure. But he doesn't need Georgia. He's already at 290 anyway. Right. You got Pennsylvania. So even if Trump picked up Georgia, that still doesn't put him across the line or take enough away from Georgia's close, but it ain't close enough to be changed in a recount. Michigan's close, but it's not close enough to be changed in a recount. Nevada's close, but it's not close enough to be changed in a recount. See, I don't think a recount is going to change any of these. I think ballot exclusion is what all of these fucking pending legal actions are going to be about. Yes. They're going to be about, when did these ballots come in? Give us access to these ballots so that we can find some technicality to exclude enough to then make a recount possibly
put Trump over by a slim margin. That's what I think all this is about.
Well, here's another thing, too, that a lot of people have said about this situation and how it differs from Florida in 2000 is that George W. Bush had Karl Rove, and Karl Rove put together a crack legal team, top-tier legal minds. For Trump, it's pretty much being run by Rudy Giuliani, who is
one of those men. Was Kenneth Starr. One of those men now sits on the Supreme Court. Justice Kavanaugh was on that legal team that helped George W. Bush win in 2000. So we're talking.
We had some top-tier legal minds. This is like Trump's got like
Rudy fucking Giuliani standing in front of a fucking landscaping place out in front of a dildo store in the scorching noonday sun, ranting to the heavens about how everybody's called it but him. That's what he's got.
And you know what is Joe Biden? As say what you want about him, but he's firmly part of the establishment. He's probably got a much better legal team than Trump does.
And make no bones about it, Trump was all in on this election. His campaign is capital B broke. I saw a news story today that said that up to 60% of the donations being solicited right now, which are being voraciously solicited via email and
oh my god, dude! Chelsea's on that list. They're going insane,
voraciously soliciting donation, and up to 60% or more is going directly to pay off campaign debt, not to fight any of these legal battles. He's got nothing.
The coffers are empty. The legal team is shit. The uphill battle is incredible because it's not hinging on one state like it did in 2000. So let's be realistic here. Could Trump turn this around? Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. Not really, no.
No. It would require a huge collection of legal wins to all be appealed to the Supreme Court, and then for the Supreme Court to make one of the most unprecedented decisions in American history, with the only precedent being Florida, which is, as we've just explained to you, pretty incomparable. It's not really precedent at all.
Because Florida was like, they were like, if my memory serves, you know, I haven't really thought about it too heavily since 2000, but if memory serves correctly, they were doing a recount in Florida, and the Supreme Court stopped the recount and said, no, we're not doing a recount. The official results
stand. A number of times the recount was stopped and restarted due to different judicial orders that went on in the weeks after the election until it was finally kicked to the Supreme Court, and they just called it.
Yeah, but there was nothing in there about we're going to invalidate certain ballots or whatever the fuck. So I don't know. We'll see.
There were absentee ballots.
The hanging Chad. That's right. Yeah.
There were military and overseas absentee ballots that the Republicans were desperate to keep from being counted. And they managed to keep them from being counted long enough for the Supreme Court to declare it. And then after they were counted, it was found that Gore actually kind of handily won Florida and should have been the president.
Yeah.
But c'est la vie, too late.
Too little, too late. And, you know, once the Supreme Court has spoken, there's really no higher authority to appeal to.
No, it's over at that point.
So, you know, I mean, if Trump's got anything in his favor right now, it's the fact that the Supreme Court is stacked with conservatives. But, like, those conservatives on the Supreme Court, they don't, I mean, like, yeah, they're partisan, but they're probably not going to do something that doesn't have any legal basis whatsoever. I guess we'll see.
It's going to be, you know, it'll be interesting to watch, but I would not hold out much hope if I were a MAGA person. Not looking good for your boy.
I mean, I wouldn't hold out much hope of anything anyway. That's why we're doing the show Abandon Hope. So
that's true.
Anyway, this is a video called When Government Polices Private Conversations from a channel called Alliance Defending Freedom.
Okay.
Should the government have the power to pry into the very private...
Hold up. A little loud.
...conversations of the counseling room? To treat certain topics as off-limits? And to threaten those who discuss off-limit topics with crushing fines? What a ridiculous question, right? Why should some governor or mayor or bureaucrat have
all of whom are very angry?
Very mean looking men here.
You'd figure that they would be happier with all the power they got, you know?
Well, power just makes you grumpy.
I hate being powerful and influential and be able to do what I want. Being mayor sucks.
Or to dictate the content of conversations between an adult patient and the trusted counselor of their choice. Can you imagine a more flagrant violation of free expression?
Yeah, I could imagine plenty of more flagrant violations.
So what is this against? What are we?
Oh, you'll see.
Infringing on your fundamental right to speak, to inquire, to seek truth? No. But New York City officials passed a law that blocked people in New York from seeking out professional counselors to help them move away from unwanted same-sex attraction.
Oh. I was waiting for the shoe to drop, and there she is. Pink 6-inch stiletto heel of a shoe that it is has dropped. Yes. The old gay deconversion therapy. Yeah, that's right, folks. Oh, boy. And I love how this rabbi is shaking hands with this dude like, happy to dequeer you, my boy. You sure you don't like the dick no more? Oh, Rabbi, I only like women now.
Well, that's too bad, because I was going to ask you to suck this uncircumcised sausage right here. You fucking queer. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
How did the city enforce this law?
I don't know.
By levying fines on therapists who offered this type of counseling.
As well it should be. This is not counseling. This is psychological torment. This is literal psychological torment trying to masquerade as a medical fucking procedure, okay? People cannot be deconverted from their sexuality, okay? They are attracted to who they are attracted to, and if you are engaged in closeting these people further and filling their heads full of shit about how that side of them is filthy and dirty and has to be purified by some fucking sanctimonious God figure in some religion, you are doing a disservice to that human being, and you're breaking the Hippocratic oath. Above all, do no harm. You're harming that person by shoving them back in the fucking closet with this stupid, utterly fucking refuted 90 million years ago nonsense.
Not talking about a parking ticket fine. No, New York City threatened fines of up to $10,000. The law also blocked New Yorkers struggling with gender identity disorder from seeking professional counselors who could help them achieve more comfort with their biological sex, but not the other way around. So a counselor who helped a man...
Because that's not the way it works. That is not the way it works. Once again, the other way around doesn't happen. You're not a trans person who can be talked out of not feeling like you belong in the body you're in. That's not the way it works. You can't be reasoned out of it. So the only fucking humane option is to get out of the way of it and to help people to fucking achieve it, so that they can feel some equilibrium in their life. You fucking vampires.
At this point, I probably should reveal that, and I know you're going to be shocked to hear this, Paul. I know you're going to be super fucking shocked to hear this. They're not being honest about what this law was.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
They keep depicting this being like consenting adults want to go voluntarily do gay conversion therapy. The law was a ban on sending minors to gay deconversion or transgender deconversion therapy.
Oh my fucking
The law
God.
said that
There
like
you go.
parents could not send their kid to like some quack fucking doctor who's like, I'm going to cure you of the gay. Do I have a choice in this? No, because you're a minor, so your parents can fucking pretty much do with you whatever the hell they want.
They shouldn't even be allowed to practice this kind of medical profession for consenting adults.
I agree with you, but like there's no when it comes to like sending minors to this kind of shit. Like, that's a whole other level of fucked up because they have no fucking choice. If their parents are like, we're sending you to deconvert, gay deconversion or transgender deconversion therapy. New York is like, nope, bullshit. And then this video is like, oh, it's trying to prevent consenting adults from.
Do you know what goes on inside some of these fucking Christian deconversion camps and shit?
I've heard some crazy shit.
Forced fucking labor. Military-like existence, forced fasting, sleep deprivation, psychological breakdown and torture, forced reading of the Bible, forced kneeling, forced praying.
The fucking
all of the
and the American cycle.
I've listened to the stories of some of the people that have gone through this shit. Come out the other end of it, shit out a broken human being, and then had to come to the realization once again in their lives that they were gay. And it's fucking horrifying what happens at these fucking places. So nobody should be able to call themselves an MD in this country and hand out this kind of advice to people. And certainly no minor should be forced into one of these fucking places. Period.
See, so this is not... There is no medical basis for this. The American Psychological Association does not recognize being gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender as a mental illness or a disease of any kind. These are not things that need to be cured medically. The only impetus to want to cure these things is religious in nature. It has nothing to do with medicine. So yeah.
Woman but wants to live as a man could be fined $10,000. But a counselor who helped a man live as a woman, that's totally different, according to the city of New York. One counselor,
according to anybody with a human fucking brain in their head, too, you dumb bitch.
Dr. Dovid
Schwartz challenged New York
City. What the fuck kind of name is Dovid? Or is it Dovid? Let me see.
Dr. Dumbass Schwartz.
Dovid Schwartz. New York.
Dovid sounds like it's Yiddish for an idiot.
Dovid Schwartz challenged New York City's brazen overreach. Dr. Schwartz, an Orthodox Jew himself, works almost exclusively with Orthodox Jewish patients. In that community, traditional marriage, children, and family are high priorities. Indeed.
You know what else is high priority? Sucking the freshly snipped foreskin of a brand new baby infant off with your lips.
Sometimes giving them herpes, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
There's a case.
Go look that up. That actually happened in 2019. There was an outbreak in the Jewish Orthodox community in New York of herpes simplex B amongst infants.
Yeah, because rabbis bite the fucking foreskins of the infants off as part of Jewish tradition. But I guess that's fine, though, because it's tradition. That's what the Orthodox Jewish community likes.
By all means, let's let this fucking moron talk about the delicate subject of somebody's sexual and personal identity, please.
Ordained priorities. Some of Dr. Schwartz's clients are men who are sexually attracted to other men, but because of their religious beliefs and their personal life goals, want to experience opposite sex attraction so they can marry, form a natural family, and live consistently with their faith. And some of
so Dr. they can marry, have a natural family, then come to the realization that they're not sexually attracted to their partner and thus not fulfilled at all in that marriage, destroy the lives of those children by revealing that they've been lying to them this entire time and that daddy was never attracted to mommy or mommy was never attracted to daddy. And in fact, mommy was never a mommy at all. She wanted to be a daddy the whole time. Throw your entire fucking family that you've created into utter, complete confusion, create complete and utter fucking degradation in the minds of your children about their own sexual identities and reap damage that probably echoes for fucking 3 generations after your stupid fucking choice. Sounds like a great idea to me. Let me shake that rabbi's fucking hand.
You don't like Dr. Dovid, Paul?
Schwartz's patients have achieved those goals. He simply listens and talks.
I love how the fucking New York City like authorities who fucking stood up against this bullshit. We're all like snarling, cruel face, so mad. And Dr. Dovid is just like this soft-featured, understanding, wizened old grandpa. Oh yes, of course. Oh,
to them, giving them
just
emotion.
Repeat after me. If I were a straight man, daddle deedle daddle deedle daddle deedle daddle dum. All day long I'd fuck that pussy if I were a straight man. Come on, man.
Support and advice. That's it.
No, don't come on, man. That's wrong.
Dr. Schwartz and his patients engage in private conversations about very private and complex issues.
Conversations. Listen up, guys. This is private conversations.
His patients are adults who seek him out, and they are old.
Well, no, they're not, because that's not what the law said. I'm looking right at the fucking law right here. The law prohibits minors from entering this kind of therapy. It doesn't prevent adults from doing it, so you're lying.
What a fucking
lie, lie.
I'm telling you, this Dovid is a fucking schlemiel, if you ask me. I know a shlomo when I see one. I know a schmo. I know a schmuck when I see one. Oy vey. This is one of them.
By the way, this law, I think the video will actually reveal it at some point. I'll give you context.
Always free to disagree and walk away. Yet, the New York City Council believed it could insert itself into these types of private conversations.
There he is again.
Are you dropping the fucking sexual subtext on purpose with that?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. He is pointing right at his dick. Give me that dick, Rabbi.
Private conversations.
It could insert itself.
Dr. Schwartz and Alliance Defending Freedom disagreed. As ADF Senior Counsel Roger Brooks said, all New Yorkers and all Americans deserve the right to private conversations free from government control.
Yeah, dude. And as G.G. Allen said, bite it, you scum. Like, I can quote people too.
Censor private discussions between adults and their counselors violated freedom of speech, a core right that the First Amendment protects.
Mm-hmm.
The city eventually backed down and repealed the law, but only after Dr. Schwartz's team of ADF attorneys went toe-to-toe with the city council in court. The troubling thing about this one isolated case of a city's flagrant intrusion into the personal conversations of its residents is that it isn't isolated at all. The really troubling thing about what New York City did is that it's just the tip of the iceberg of how some government officials are subverting our basic American rights. They have forgotten something.
It is not your basic American right to send your trans teenager away to a fucking military-style boot camp where they will be forced to fucking be in solitary confinement until they admit they like pussy. You stupid, self-involved cunt. This is not about freedom. And well, actually, this is about freedom. This is about the freedom for people to be whoever the fuck they want to be. And children have that right. Children have the right to be protected from their parents' misguided notions. And you know, a lot of times these gay conversion camps happen overseas, right?
Yeah, I saw that movie. It wasn't necessarily just gay conversion, but there was like that Jesus camp movie. But there was the one I saw was like it was even worse. It was like Kidnapped for Christ or something like that.
Yeah. They're taken off U.S. soil to a place that doesn't regulate this type of shit so that they can just torture the fuck out of these people, break them down psychologically into believing that they were possessed by some kind of fucking demon. It really goes that low with this type of shit. They take these people away to some fucking foreign country and tell them that there's a demon living inside of them and torture them till they believe it, then exorcise said demon and send them off into the world a broken person.
The people lose when the government is the one dictating which ideas should prevail. In a free society, the people decide what ideas are worthy of discussion, not the government.
Not the government.
Yeah. And the people have decided, and I think rightfully so, that it's not worthy of discussion whether or not a parent should be allowed to fucking send their child, at least in New York.
Here's what happened. Like, so the thing is that New York City actually had to repeal the ban on gay conversion therapy because if they didn't actually LGBTQ civil rights groups recommended the council repeal the ban in fear that lawsuits filed by anti-LGBTQ groups that claim the law is unconstitutional could elevate to the federal court system, which has become more conservative. So basically, they're like,
so they're afraid they're going to get precedent against this, and that it's going to be written into American fucking jurisprudence.
So they're just like, we got to fucking repeal this now because we don't want this going to a higher court and establishing a precedent. So we're going to have to just fucking choose another point to fight this battle. So
what a fucking nightmare, bro.
So this is an instance where we've lost because the courts are so stacked with conservatives at this point. Hey, man. Hey, leftists and liberals. Might want to fucking start looking into that judiciary thing that conservatives have been stacking for the last 40 fucking years. Might want to take a little look at that, because it seems like a lot of the real power in this country is resting right there, while everybody's like, yay, Joe Biden's president, yay!
And when it comes down to the fundamentals of what's fucked us, that court has been at the center of it all, man.
Yeah,
you have to admit its power.
It's time to give a shit. It's time to give a shit about those courts. I don't know what we can do about it, but it's time to fucking figure something out. I'm gonna go use the restroom while Paul's gonna talk to you guys or whatever.
All right, we can do that. Hello, everybody. How's it going tonight? Are you feeling as horrible as I am? I sure hope so. That's what this show's about, isn't it? Making you feel as horrible about yourself as fucking possible. Shoving the cow pie that is existence right down your fucking gullet, making you take a big old fucking mouthful. Oh, God. Why have I done this again? Why have you done this again? Because you're a glutton for punishment, just like yours truly. That's why you've done this again, because you can't look away. You just can't look away. There's something in the back of your skull that just keeps chirping at you. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Everything's not okay. I got to go to somebody, anywhere that feels the same way I do. And here you are. Here you are. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it a beautiful congregation? Isn't this better than any fucking church that you can imagine? This is wonderful. This is humanity coming together and admitting that we are just fucking up jumped apes who never should have learned how to fucking do agriculture. That was what put the fucking pin in humanity right there, and this planet, and about 99% of the species on it. You have to forgive me. I'm rereading Ishmael. If you haven't read that book, by the way, and you're interested at all in the way that I think, that is one of the foundational books to my way of thinking. I can't recommend it enough. It's even short. It's mercifully short. It's a very short little treatise. Very easy to understand and easy to follow. But you'll have to forgive me for my loathing of humanity. That is what tends to happen when one reads Ishmael and allows the truth of it to sink in. Oh. Remember in Alien 3 when Trash Bishop says, "I hurt." Yeah. Please, Ripley, deactivate me. Don't leave me like this. That's me. That's America right now. Paul, have you read the Unabomber's Manifesto? Anti-technology was kind of his whole thing. Yeah. I've read the Unabomber's Manifesto, my friend. I know. We did a show. We talked a little bit about the Unabomber. We did a possible Futures for Humanity show. I think it might have been a patron-only show, although I might be wrong. It's hard to remember. Hundreds of those now. You can see all the horrible shit going on in the world. However, I can't abandon all hope. I can only laugh at how absurd it is. Well, Coleman, you got a lot of years ahead of you. You got a lot of time to go ahead and dump that last little vestige of hope, my friend, and you're definitely in good company for that. When I was your age, when I was a young lad filled with vim and vinegar and young, dumb, and full of cum and all that shit, man, I had so much goddamn hope I didn't know where to put it all, man. I shit you guys not. You may not believe me looking at the fucking husk of a Skeksis of a human being sitting in front of you now, but I used to have blood pumping through these veins, not ice water. I used to love the world. I used to want to save it. Oh boy, and then a fucking couple decades piled up, and here we be, literally and figuratively floating in the sea of despair on abandoned hope. Welcome back, TJ. I've just been entertaining people with my pessimistic ramblings while you were...
I love it.
Mitricating.
Indeed. All right, so check this out. This is called Do Something.
All right, guys, so I'm going to tell you something.
All right, tell me something.
I don't know what else to do, and
I think she's wearing a shirt that says that has the NASA logo, but instead of NASA, it says fake. So I don't know what's fake.
Is she a flat earther too?
Maybe. I don't know what she's saying is fake. Like, is NASA fake? Is space fake? What's fake? I don't know.
I don't understand something. So when I thought that Biden was potentially going to win, I surrendered, and I was like, okay, like, I'm going to be graceful about this. He's going to probably win. I took down my Trump 2020 signs on my social media because I'm like, well, the only reason I did that was to help him spread awareness and help him get elected. So why do I even need those now? Took them down.
Wow. Hold on. Pause it, TJ.
Like, I
end of video, right? End of video. Here's an example of a MAGA person that did the fucking rational thing, right?
Yeah.
So what's wrong with this?
Nothing. I mean, I don't even know how this ended up in the rotation. It's like, she's just, she said what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently the shirt that she is wearing is meant to let us know that the moon landing was fake.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It was like, okay, he might win. Like, he could win. That could happen.
I believe that, by the way. I'm just going to let you guys know right now. I'm just going to end my fucking career and my credibility right now and let you know that I don't believe that fucking moon landing happened. At least not the first one. We didn't fly no goddamn tin can up there through the fucking asteroid belt. It didn't happen. Get over it. Stanley Kubrick directed that shit. It was fucking beautiful, but he didn't get everything right. There's a couple of shadows misplaced. There's a couple of reflections that shouldn't be there, et cetera, et cetera. Just get over it, folks. We eventually did go back and we did set foot on the moon eventually, but that first time, that was just to get one up over on the Russians. Now go ahead, lady. I'm with you so far. No, I'm kidding.
Stand by her.
I had a really good friend that was like that, though.
If Kubrick, I will say this, if Kubrick directed the fake moon landing, I think it would have looked... I mean,
it couldn't see. That's the thing with Kubrick, though. Kubrick knew. You know how Kubrick used fidelity in his films.
That's true.
He knew nobody would believe that this beautiful fucking cinematic experience was transmitted from space. He had to grain it up. He had to dirt it up. He had to filth it up, TJ.
That's true. But I think he still would have shot it a little bit more artistically. Just like...
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I had a friend that was like that shit. One of the smartest dudes I ever knew, if you can believe it, but... He was dead ass.
Dude, sometimes really intelligent people they're really actually pretty good at coming up with and defending crazy propositions because they're intelligent enough to
he was one of those.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Well, this doesn't add up and that, whatever. So I've definitely known some people that were similar
with my life. And then I started seeing the videos of people filling out multiple ballots. And what's weird is you show this to people, and even some people will say that proves nothing. When you clearly see people sitting at a table filling out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stamping it, flipping it. What are they doing? They're not counting votes. You put the votes into a computer when you're counting them, I'm pretty sure.
No, usually you don't. Did you not watch any of the live? Like, a lot of this stuff was live streamed, so you could actually watch a lot of these vote counters working. Despite all this, like, accusations of, like, no transparency. Like, a lot of the fucking vote counting was actually live streamed.
Some of it wasn't.
Not all of it, but some of it was.
In her defense, but
like, from what I saw, there was no computers.
I certainly haven't seen any fucking evidence.
Yeah.
Go ahead, DJ.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, I certainly haven't seen any evidence that fucking anybody was sitting there right in front of the camera filling ballots out and stamping them and shit.
Yeah, and I've been on the Donald and other places for a few days now, and I've seen a lot of, like, stuff where they were trying to justify why it was a fraud, and I haven't seen the video she's talking about. Now, I'm not saying that there's not some kind of video she might have seen, but I've been paying attention and I haven't seen it yet. So I don't know.
And then there's the videos of the middle of the night, 3 a.m., 80,000 votes coming in, the overseers not even being able to listen.
Okay. That was an incomprehensible series of like gibberish. Listen,
there's like 85 ballot. There's like 1,000, and there's things that the overseers can't even. They're not allowed to listen.
I just shared a video of them, the people.
What's this weird, like bunch of towels? I guess I can't see it because you're in the way. But hold on, let me move you for just a second so that I can draw people's attention to whatever the fuck is going on here.
Yeah, just disappear me.
So there's like a weird little line of towels or something up against her like
there. Dude, I bet she just lives in a shit building that's probably got bad like spacing between the floor and ceiling, and a draft comes in through there or something, and she's like blocking it. Or maybe like water comes in up under there.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a water issue or something.
Maybe she's got like a fridge that like is leaky.
Yeah, that fridge is right next to it.
I don't know, dude. This is kind of sad, though. This lady, like, for reals, like, I don't mean to concern troll or whatever, but it looks like she hasn't been to sleep in a couple days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's wearing a fucking moon landing was fake shirt. She's got fucking towels pressed up against her wall. Looks like she lives in a pretty small apartment.
Which is there's nothing to be ashamed of in that.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying she should be ashamed, but I'm just saying, like, you know, seems like her life might not be super great or glamorous.
In the counting room,
complaining
about what they were dealing with. One of the women in, I don't know what state it was, Pennsylvania maybe, and she's talking about the problem of her not being able to oversee anything. I posted this to Instagram. Within 1 minute, it's saying this is inaccurate information.
Because it is.
It probably is. I mean, I don't know. Look, obviously, all these social media companies, because they got fucking blamed for amplifying bad information during the last election cycle, which they most certainly did, are being fucking really, really, really hyper fucking crazy about it this time around. And like, they know, because, you know, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, none of these places want to be fucking find themselves on the fucking receiving end of a media firestorm because they amplified a bunch of crazy conspiracy theories and shit. Especially when we already have a president that's doing that on his own. So yeah, there maybe, you know, I don't know what your fucking video was or what it showed or whether it was disinformation or not. I kind of suspect it probably was, but yeah, that's why it was taken down.
Is not about me being upset that Joe Biden is going to be president. This is because I had accepted it. But when I see now what is fucking happening, how do they even have an algorithm already set up that is catching this video? This is literally as bad as it can get.
Nope. No, it's not.
Wrong.
It's not even close, girl. So wait, even if you're right about everything you're saying, even if like the election was stolen and nobody listened and the fucking media this is not even fucking close to as bad as it could be. I don't even think this is as bad as it will be.
Sometimes I wish I could take people and fast forward them about 80 years in time and just drop them for about 15 minutes in the America of 80 years from now and then let them come back with a new fucking thankfulness for what they have now and a desire to preserve it because, yeah, dude, we're just circling that bowl. We're not even in the sewers yet, hon.
So this is probably going to get taken down. We are living in the scariest.
It's not. You're still up. Don't worry.
It didn't. It wasn't controversial enough. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. This wasn't important enough for them to censor, I guess.
We don't have a free country. I mean, like, words can't even cover how serious this is. And then I'm dealing with people, like, I don't even have anyone to turn to talk about this.
Watching a small mind chew on a problem is really frustrating sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't mean to fucking belittle this woman or whatever, but like, She's just so full of vim and vigor to say something of substance, and all she can do is talk about how crazy everything is and how it's so beyond, and it's like I don't know, and it's, you know what I mean? Watching a tiny smooth brain try and express itself is very, very frustrating. I could do a better job at this bitch's fucking line than she's doing, man.
Oh,
just keep me up for 72 hours. Fucking don't let me get in the shower, right? Throw a big old bathrobe on me and let me sit in my stink for 3 days. And dude, what comes out of me, I bet that shit goes viral. I bet it goes viral.
Try it.
Because no one understands. Most people that like.
I'm frustrated by the amount of time she begins a thought, gets about halfway in, realizes she's going nowhere, and then pulls back completely.
That's what her brain is like, though. Think about living in that meat suit, bro. Like every time you started to form a thought, the hamster jumped off the wheel and jumped on another one. You know what I mean? Instead of being able to fucking get through a complete sentence every fucking time you tried to be profound, the hamster jumped off the goddamn wheel.
Man, how frustrating.
Like, if I'm in an online community of people that are Trump supporters, it's like they don't understand. No one that's like a lot of Trump.
Yeah, that carotid artery on looks like it's about to fucking squirt, dude.
Oh man.
Watch the side of her neck as she talks. That carotid looks like it's about to pop.
All right, let's take a look.
Trump supporters are not understanding how.
Oh my God, what's going on?
Look at it.
Oh, there's like some kind of parasite in there. That's like some Star Trek shit.
Yeah.
I expect some fucking Borg nanobots to pop out and fucking start crawling on her face. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's some Cronenberg body horror shit. She's got like a plant living inside of her or something with roots.
Dude. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's gonna fucking
or that movie. What's that fucking movie called? I did a review of it where they're on the temple. Did you ever watch that?
With the plants?
Yeah, with the plants.
Fuck, what was that called?
I can't remember. I'll go to my.
Was it like there was a bunch of tourists and they get trapped on a fucking like old pyramid or something?
They get bamboozled into like, hey, do you want to see something that the tourists don't get to see? Newly, you know, and they go to this thing, but they really were lured there to be fed to the fucking plants. I'm trying to remember that. Hold on, I'll get it. You can play this bitch if you want.
Serious,
this
is like most people are just like, oh, whatever. Like it's like not a big deal. This isn't this.
What is going on? Is that symmetrical? Is it on both sides? I wish you had not pointed that out to me. What the fuck is going on with this bitch's neck?
It wasn't me. It was in the chat. Somebody in the chat saw it. It's pulsating, dude.
This isn't a big deal because Trump lost. It's a big deal because he didn't lose, and it's saying he lost. And of course you say, oh, that's like Hillary in 2016. It's not the same. It's not the same because we have to actually look. In 2016, let's say in 2016, Trump really won. In 2020.
Didn't he?
Let's say in 2016, Trump really won.
He did really win. Okay.
He did.
He really didn't lose.
That's the same thing, but okay.
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
He really
but see, so listen. Okay, so in 2016, if I'm on the Trump supporter forums, it's like, okay, so you know what happened? It's okay. So here's why. It's like, oh my God, can you complete a single fucking thought, please? I'm begging you to complete a fucking thought, baby. Come on.
Don't you feel the frustration that must be inherent in her every waking moment, though?
No wonder her fucking neck looks like it's about to pop.
It's pushing every ounce of blood it can up to that brain to try and squeak out a thought, man.
Maybe that thing on her neck is blocking the blood flow to her brain, and that's why she can't manage to get anything out. I don't know.
I hope not, man. Maybe she needs to
go to a doctor.
Yeah.
It gets to consult medical professionals.
Oh, the ruins. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, the fucking ruins, man. That movie is all right.
That's why I couldn't remember it, because it has a mundane title. I was thinking of something bigger. I was like, the plant, the vines. No,
you know what I kept thinking? Ruins. I kept thinking the temple, the temple, the temple. I'm like, it's not the fucking temple. Yeah. That would have been a better name, honestly, than the ruins, but whatever.
It would have been.
I find that when it comes to names, like, I'm more likely to remember a very specific name that had some kind of fucking flavor to it, you know? Rather than just like,
The Ruins, based on a book written by the same guy that wrote The Simple Plan. A Simple Plan.
I heard that the book is really pretty good, but I haven't read it, so I don't know.
I've heard too. I have not checked out the
Heard
book.
it's considerably better than the movie, which I thought the movie was all right.
Wasn't rigging in 2016. They didn't need to try to rig because they thought they had it in the bag. All I know is
nothing.
all I know is I feel really bad for you. I hope that this performance was the result of 72 hours of copium and no sleep and endless fucking scrolling of 4chan and fucking MAGA.win and all that shit, trying to get some fucking thought through your head that Trump might be able to pull this out. I'm really hoping this isn't how you are in your day to day, because if it is, you really need help.
censoring is what is scaring me. The censoring shows something wrong is going on. I posted this video. How is it taken down in a minute? They have an
because they
have an algorithm to catch things. If I post a video of somebody fucking a dog or burning a cat, it'll be down within a minute too. You know what I mean? They catch these fucking things.
Algorithm already catching. That is scary. This is like, I don't know what to do.
You don't even know the fucking half of it. You want to talk about scary?
This the problem is she only knows the half of it. She knows the first half of every thought she wants to express, but not the second half. So she doesn't know half of it.
This is like watching a person wake up to the reality of the surveillance state fucking 20 years late. You know what I mean? Like, hello, where have you been? They can recognize you by your face. They can take fingerprints, latent prints off of shit that you barely brush by. They can pick skin flakes up off the ground and tell where your ass has been. You haven't been following?
Yeah, go
your
watch
privacy
doesn't
some
exist
forensic
anymore. Files or something.
Yeah.
Were you awake during the whole? Were you asleep during the whole NSA wiretap thing that Snowden brought to light? I mean, like, come on, this is you're really behind the times.
There's people who be like, sore loser, sore loser, sore. It's not about that. It's not fucking about that.
No,
if I really thought Trump lost,
I think it is about that. I'm pretty sure that if you were a Biden supporter, that you would not be concerned about this right now.
I would accept it. It's the fact that they're, and anyone that knows about the New World Order,
hamster jumped off the wheel again. Keeps jumping off. I keep
wait,
telling
whoa, wait, we're getting it. So hold on. I mean, I heard the words
Watch
New
it
World
happen.
Order. After the hamster jumps off the wheel, the New World Order shows up. So I want to hear about that.
It's the fact that they're, and anyone that knows about the New World Order, they know that it's being carried out through people. Obama, Hillary is the chain of command through the Democratic Party. I also know.
She's a Q.
Let me wait. Hold on. So the New World Order, it's a chain of command being carried out through the Democratic Party, only the Democratic Party. God, I wonder if there's some sort of political power in America that has a vested interest in you believing that. Could it be?
Man, I'm racking my brains.
Who could it be? The Jesuits?
Look at my carotid.
Oh man, yeah. I'm trying to think about who. Oh, you know what? Wasn't there another political party besides the Democrats?
The
Whigs. No,
what?
Not the Whigs. Not the Whigs. Bull Moose Party. No.
The Know Nothings.
Yeah. That sounds right. That sounds right.
know about that, and I can't even talk about it. I feel like I can't even like.
Yeah, you're right. You can't talk about it. That's very true. First fucking true thing you said. I feel like.
But yeah, that's the thing.
I feel like pause, but yeah, that's the thing. Okay. That sums it up, doesn't it? So wait, I want you to know, Paul, the passion that you see here is about to fucking quintuple in a second here. So
are you serious?
Oh yeah. Things are about to get real dicey.
Because this is already Paul getting beaten by Ben at Mortal Kombat without his vape levels of salt.
Oh, she's about to ascend to Super Saiyan levels of salt, buddy.
Standards for the New World Order is carried out through the Democratic Party right now. And I know there's people bad on both sides. I know that.
Sure you do.
But it seems to be being carried out through the Democratic Party. And then this new Green Deal, that is New World Order shit, guys. They're trying to take down buildings, rebuild them. They're saying it's about the...
Is that the New World Order's agenda? Take down buildings and rebuild them? Is that what the New World Order was all about this whole time? They want to give us new buildings. They want to get rid of our old buildings and put up new buildings. No! It's a nightmare!
Mr. Bond, how clever you must be to have come this far. But you failed to see the brilliance of my plan. You see, my plan was not just about destruction, but about rebuilding those buildings, Bond. Hoist by your own petard again. What is this shit?
Not only shall we rebuild, but we shall build back better.
The environment, they're going to do other stuff. I don't know.
Oh shit. Hold on, Paul. They're going to do other stuff, Paul. Other stuff. Fill in the blank. Dude, whatever evil you're most concerned about, that other stuff. That's where the fucking real kicker comes in.
That's
other
the shit
stuff,
I'm
Paul.
Most scared of.
I mean, honestly, when I heard they were going to rebuild all the buildings, I was like, that doesn't sound... But then when she's like, and other stuff, I'm like, oh, fuck me. That could be anything. It could be horrible stuff.
I have no idea how they're actually going to carry out the new Green Deal, but...
Okay, so when you fucked up the first time, I gave you the benefit of the doubt, but now you fucked it up twice, so I now know...
No. She's just confused. Listen, she's just confused. Listen, the new Green Deal was what happened after you took the chance on that new burrito joint the next day. That was the new Green Deal, okay? That's what came out of you the next day. We've all had them. They come out of nowhere sometimes. That's the new Green Deal. The Green New Deal is what you're going for, okay? That's what you're thinking about.
Why are they doing this? Why are they rigging this?
Because the planet is fucking dying and they're trying to look like they're doing something about it, is what I think.
It's like, I don't even know how to put into words about what...
So you guys are submitting like super chats and shit. We'll read them later. I'll read them.
Yeah, we'll read them.
I'm dealing with. Because of what I know. Look up Kathy O'Brien. She supports Trump because she knows about the New World Order. This isn't about me being upset that Biden won. It's the fact that they fucking fake ballots with mail-ins because they need him to win, because they need Biden, because they can control Biden. They cannot control Trump. Trump is causing problems for them. These fucking cabal people. This is not a joke, okay? Like, this is not a fucking joke. It's not a fucking you can't be indifferent about this. Like, this isn't something to be indifferent about. It is so fucking serious. My video's taken down to 1 minute. No person even watched it. A fucking computer got it. Like, what the hell is this? I'm done. Like, fucking do something. Everybody needs to do something. This isn't something you can be indifferent about. They're taking down everything.
Hey, well, you'll be pleased to know I'm not indifferent. I'm amused. I am deeply, deeply
Holy
fucking amused.
Shit, man. Go to bed. Take a nap, lady. You're gonna feel so much better if you just sleep this one off. So much fucking better. I guarantee you're gonna feel like $1 million when you wake up.
Oh my goodness.
Like, we're like in communist China right now. Like, I'm not fucking kidding.
Oh, you're rich.
Oh man, I want to chopper her into communist China and just parachute her into like Wuhan and let her fucking walk around and see if she feels the same way.
Here you go, communist China. First of all, you need a time machine to visit communist China because China ain't too communist anymore. They're pretty capitalist at this point, but whatever,
Do something. Like, do something. Do not fucking say this is no big
That
deal.
vein is on permanent fucking pulse now.
It was beautiful.
Do something. So that was her ultimate. That was it all crescendoed. All of that nonsensical, half-formed thought crescendoed in do something, and then she ended it.
Mm-hmm. You want to hear the crescendo again? Hold on. Let's just kind of look at the peak here.
Watch this vein too, because it's on point the whole time.
Let's watch the vein and let's listen to the words.
Something. Everybody needs to do something. This isn't something you can be indifferent about. They're taking down everything. Like, we're like in communist China right now. Like, I'm not fucking kidding. Do something. Like, do something. Do not fucking say this is no big deal.
Yep.
Well, you know.
Hold on.
I'm done. Like, fucking do something. Everybody needs to do something. This isn't something you can be indifferent about. They're taking down everything. Like, we're like in communist China right now. Like, I'm not fucking kidding.
I want to see the vein in slow-mo.
Do something. Like, do something. Do not fucking say this is no big deal.
I found my fucking ruin, TJ. I found my ruin. I've seen my own death, TJ. No man should see his own death. Oh God, oh no. Woe is me. Woe is me. Oh fates, please have mercy upon this fucking humble human. Please, please. Oh shit. All right, hold on. Let me go turn. I'm gonna go crank my AC up because this whole thing has got me schwitzing, as you can see. It's have you seen the sheen?
Yeah, I do.
I look like Cenk Uygur. I look like Cenk Uygur on fucking election night, for Christ's sakes. I'm gonna go crank up my AC.
Oh man. Guys, listen. Do something, all right? Come on. It's time to do something. All of you. This is for real, you guys. We're in fucking communist China right now. We got to do something, man. I honestly do. I feel bad for the chick. This is definitely one I will not be cutting up and releasing on my channel. Even though it's entertaining as fuck, I wouldn't want to fucking set that many people against that chick because I feel bad for her.
No, I feel really bad for that chick too.
No, I mean she's like clearly like got problems, but at the same time, like you can't deny there's some entertainment value in watching that fucking spectacle.
I mean, only because I think it really has a lot to do with the amount of glee that I also took in watching the liberals do it. Like watching people that believe in electoralism and the validity of it have meltdowns when it doesn't swing their way on this cycle of the pendulum or that. Like it is. There's something oddly compelling about it, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like,
what is it?
Well, I think in her case, it's like there's really not much reason for her to be having this grandiose emotional reaction. It's pretty clear that like the thoughts that have led her to this moment are extraordinarily half-baked. Just based on the fact that she literally cannot finish a sentence throughout the entire video. It's like a series of half-formed thoughts. There's some rambling about how we're communist China now. There's some rambling about the New World Order and how they control the Democrats. There's some allusions to these videos that purportedly show evidence of voter fraud that may or may not exist out there somewhere in the world. And then it all culminates with this nebulous, vague cry of "do something," which is just meaningless.
I mean,
let me ask you this, Paul.
It may have seemed mean, but when I said earlier, like watching a small mind chew on itself, trying to get a thought out, that really is like, maybe that's not her as she is in her normal life. But when it comes to this, you're exactly right, TJ. All of the thoughts that have led her to this very, very emotional conclusion are completely unformed. Some of them are completely fanciful nonsense, easily disproven. Some of them is just conjecture, and some of them are like 99% of them are just half-formed things that she's gleaned from this mass media puke that's happened around this fucking election.
She's just swimming in the bile of other people's thoughts.
Right. She's picked up this little snippet from this talking head and this little blurb from this idiot and this little fucking, column header. And all of that has just had an effect on her, coupled with her obvious lack of sleep. You can tell that she has been sitting up, probably just looking at her phone and poring over this shit nonstop since November the fucking 2nd. And it's now what? The 7th? The 8th?
It's the 8th, I think.
The 9th?
The
9th. It's time to fucking.
Well,
it's time to. It's time
for
to
us.
sleep.
For us, it's a little shy of the 9th, but
right.
So, Paul, you said you liked watching people who believe in strongly in electoral politics freaking out when they lose. How about people who believe in electoral politics freaking out when they win?
Oh, I like that too. That's also because it's like You know, in the movie, the rise and fall arc?
Yeah.
It's like the crescendo of the rise. It's like when Henry Hill has everything and he has got the wife and he's got the $1 million from the Lufthansa heist and everything's going his way and he's getting a blowjob every day. And you know what I mean? It's that. And then you know that with the rise must come the fall. What goes up must come down,
Well,
so that's...
I am going to tell you what. So I watched this very video on my stream last night. And after I watched it, I knew immediately, I'm going to have to rewatch this for Abandon Hope because I did not realize the level of cringe that I was in for. Are you aware of this video, Paul? This video of Van Jones holding back tears. Not really doing a very good job holding them back, by the way, of joy at the election of Joe Biden.
I did not see that. I did see... Stephen Colbert do the same thing, though.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
See?
I did not see Stephen Colbert's, but I did see Van Jones's, and it is probably the most cringe-inducing shit that I've seen in a good long while. So,
all right. Well, before you start it, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
No problem. I'll just talk to the chit chat. How you guys doing out there in the world? Colbert was really better when he was pretending to be a conservative pundit. When he was a parody of Bill O'Reilly or something like that. That was really A-game Colbert. I've never really been a big fan of these political satire shows in general, to be honest with you guys. I never really gave a shit about The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. I never really gave a shit about much of those shows. But
I will tell you what, dude. The Daily Show with Jon Stewart in the lead up to the 2000 election was some of the best fucking political commentary that you could get if you were like a news hound and a junkie and a fan of political satire. Like, he was actually doing the job of the media better than the media. He was more informative than the media, and he also managed to be hilarious while doing it. So I give mad props to the original old
I'm
not
Daily Show. I'm not trying to shit on anything those guys did. I'm just saying it was never really something I watched very regularly. I never watched Colbert Report. I never watched not to say I never did. I did sometimes. But I didn't. Sure. I never religiously watched any of those shows. And all I can say about The Daily Show is bring back the best Daily Show host, Craig fucking Kilborn, right?
What about the political satire of Saturday Night Live in the late 90s and early 2000s? Were you a fan or no?
Sure. I mean, I liked some Saturday Night Live back in the day. Anyway, obviously it sucks these days. Let's go ahead and watch this terrible, terrible video of this ridiculous man.
Man,
I had to go get my cigarettes for this.
I knew you're going to need one. You're going to need them.
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Tell them the truth matters.
I know, right? Oh, you will suffer as I have suffered.
Thank you so much, cigarettes.
Ah.
I don't know how you're doing this, TJ. Give you mad props though, dude. My girlfriend was over at your house today, and to drop Dinor off so Chelsea could groom her, and she got a gander at you, and she texted me. She was like, "TJ's like half of TJ."
I think
it's hard for me to tell with you sitting down, but I have noticed lately that you have dropped a significant amount of weight, my friend. So congratulations on that. This is just me trying to fucking distract from this Van Jones shit.
Well, thank you. I am very susceptible to flattery, so thank you for that. But
you're gonna make me do this, aren't you?
There's no
roll up.
Look, I mean, dude, I went through it last night, so I'm like, when I saw this, when I decided to watch this on my stream, and I was fucking in awe of how uncomfortably anyway, just you'll fucking.
And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happy to have babies snatched away or send dreamers.
Has the tissues right there waiting and everything, man.
Man, now typically this type of emotional outburst, in my experience with people, and maybe once again, anecdotal Paul jumping in here real quick, but usually it produces a significant amount of tears. Tears that would be noticeable despite his attempts to dab them behind his glasses there. But I don't know. Is this Van Jones auditioning for a movie career, or is he really?
Well, I'm going to say right now that I don't. So I watched this, and my impression is this is fucking fraudulent as fuck.
Well, yeah.
Anytime
a news figure cries on air, unless it is something that they have done wrong, I believe that those tears are genuine self-pity. But tears shed for a political event, I'm always questionable.
If I saw some actual tears coming out of his fucking eyeballs, maybe I would at least believe it, or maybe I'd at least believe he's a better actor. But I cannot fucking spot it. I have not spotted a tear. I'm going to look really hard this time and see if I could spot even a single fucking glimpse of a tear. But also, I mean, I just don't like this. Like, even if this is a genuine reaction, I don't want to see, be a fucking professional and cut to somebody else.
Yeah, that is a good question. Where did that tissue come from?
Right, like he just has tissues there next to him. Like, you know what I mean?
I brought the box, guys, because I'm going to do my crying bit, all right? You go ahead and dump to me at the 3 o'clock hour, and I'm going to go ahead and vamp for about 3 minutes and do my crying.
I've been practicing this in the mirror for a fucking week.
Back for no reason. This is vindication for a lot of people.
He just dabbed a completely dry cheek.
Dry fucking part of his cheek. Okay.
That was a completely 100% dry cheek.
Now, wait a minute. I do see a glint.
Is there a glimmer of wetness at the edge?
I think there might. Okay, so right at the edge of his glass, see where that light is hitting? I think that might be a streak of a tear. Okay, I think. Yeah, okay. I think there's a tear.
Tears of a clown. Dun, dun.
So I think a genuine tear did roll down that cheek, or he wet it before, and let's see, was it there in the very beginning?
He's dipping that hanky into water and smearing it on his eye.
It ain't there. Let's see. When is it? Did we see when it appears? I'm gonna go back.
You don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry.
Not there yet. Not there yet.
Where
does it appear? I don't see it now.
Back for no reason.
He did! That fucking piece of shit, dude!
Oh my fucking God, that sleight of hand artist piece of
Oh my
shit.
God, that tear was not there until he brought that motherfucker up to his eye.
He dipped that hanky in a glass of water off camera and smudged that fucking... Go run that back again and slow.
All right, hold up. Hold the fuck up. All right.
This is like David Blaine street magic shit right here. He just fucking pulled the rope-a-dope of all time. He pulled the annexation of Puerto Rico on us right here, right now.
Not there.
No tear.
Don't see it.
Here come the dreamers. There's
hold up. I think I might have seen the tear before. Hold up.
Did you see the tear?
Maybe.
Dreamers.
Is that a tear?
That's not the tear. That's not the tear. That's not a tear. That wet shine is not there until he brings that fucking rag up there and wipes that shit on. There it is. Now when he goes back, he's got the fucking wetness. There it is.
For no reason.
Wow.
He did it, dude. The fucking madman did it right there on live TV.
All right,
dipped
let's
that
see it.
hanky. He dipped that motherfucking hanky in a glass of water and rubbed that fucking shit on his
If you're an
eye.
immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back.
There it
for
was.
no reason.
There was the application.
All right, let's see this rag when it comes up to his face. Let's see this motherfucker looks wet when he's bringing it up.
It does.
Oh shit! I missed my opportunity here. Hold on.
He looks down to make sure he's got the wet part out, and then he applies it.
Back for no reason.
If you're actually thinking about this, you don't look down at the tissue first. You just bring it up to your eye and wipe it. But he had to make sure. And now he dampened the bottom of his cheek too to make it look like a tear track. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You know, that wasn't just George Floyd. That was
I
a
think
lot
you're
of
right.
people that felt that they couldn't breathe.
That little that quiver when he said George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Very practiced and rehearsed.
And you just don't know. And you're going to the store, and people who have been afraid to show their racism.
When you cry for emotional reasons, you typically only cry from one eyeball because I feel like
stagecraft.
I get nastier and nastier to you. And
You cry from two eyeballs.
About your sister. And
Maybe he'll wipe a tear on the other side now.
Get back into her car without somebody saying something to her. And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together. And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace and have a chance for a reset. And the character of the country matters. And being a good man matters. I just want my sons to look at this. Look at this. It's easy to do it the cheap way and get away with stuff, but it comes back around. It comes back around, and this is a good day for this country. I'm sorry for the people who lost. For them, it's not a good day, but for a whole lot of people, it's a good day. Gloria?
And the Oscar goes to
somebody else. That sucked. I don't know. That performance was not that convincing to me. Even if he did genuinely squeeze out a tear, which I seriously doubt. I think it was a piss poor performance.
I will say
lip quiver
that
shit. I don't know.
I'm not a full tear-gatist here. I will allow for the fact that he did squeeze a single tear and he was simply dabbing that tear away.
It's possible.
But I'm telling you, I'm an old fucking stage salt, man. I know how that shit works. That looked like stagecraft to me. That was that old fucking flim flam. Give them the old razzle dazzle. You're looking at a fucking musical theater kid here, man. I've seen the tear dab before.
All right.
I know how it works.
But even if that was legit, how fucking pathetic is this emotional fucking breakdown over this shit?
I mean, for a fucking person that's supposed to be delivering us our news dispassionately, this is a fucking sad fucking moment. You need to pull yourself to goddamn together, okay? I don't turn on the motherfucking news to watch you cry about a segregationist getting elected, okay, bro?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you were crying tears of sadness because a segregationist got elected, maybe I'd get it.
But I'm telling you, man, this right here is the result of the degradation of the American Fourth Estate. This is what news has become since opinion was allowed to be fucking spouted as fact on these airwaves. This is what you get instead of the actual information when you turn on the news. You get infotainment. You get personalities putting on a little tear dab spectacle for you. You get this emotional outburst that was, even if it was real, it was definitely planned and rehearsed. They had the fucking shit nearby for him to have this fucking moment. They punted it to him and everything. Van, what do you think? Let's shine the spotlight over on Van for a second. What do you have to say? This is 100% calculated move on the part of a fucking news organization, and anybody that buys that this is real in any fucking way is a dupe.
I would have to say that I concur. Let's go ahead and see what the chat thinks. What do you guys think? We should do polls in our chat. That'd be good.
That would be dope. There were a few people that I was watching the chat during that. There were a few people that thought I was being uncharitable to Van. They thought that that might have been a real tear, might have been a real emotional outburst. I'll certainly allow for that. I still don't think it was becoming of a news anchor. Certainly not like Pearl Harbor or something when fucking Walter Cronkite dabbed his eyes and shit. No, certainly not like V-Day or whatever the fuck, VJ Day or VG Day or whatever the fuck, VE Day. No, certainly wasn't a big American moment like that. Just another fucking corporate segregationist getting elected with his fucking cop of a VP. This is not something you should be crying and telling your sons to watch if you care about your sons growing up with a moral compass, Van Jones.
Okay, so let's hear from everybody's favorite, Shapiro.
Oh, no. Gonna hit me with the fucking Shap right now?
Is it gonna be Ben or is it gonna be his sister?
Oh, well, I'm hoping for the sister.
You're hoping
at least
for
I
the
can
sister?
ogle her.
All right.
I can actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can ogle them both, so I really got no preference.
There you go. All right. So let's see which one we get. Is it gonna be the sister or the brother? What do you think, chat? Which one you think I pulled for this?
I'm gonna guess the sister because she's been more like she's been kind of coming into her own lately. So I'm guessing you pulled sister.
So someone in the chat is like saying that they enjoyed the musical references you've made to Fiddler on the Roof in Chicago during the stream today.
Hey, well, they got another musical theater kid out there. Just dropping those fucking deep references to show you guys I'm a real fucking comedic powerhouse out here. Should be on the road.
I like that someone just told me they've lost hope in humanity. That's a good thing. All right, well, it's time to go to the Shapiro Zone. And today it's going to be the Abigail Shapiro Zone with Conservatives Are the New Resistance from Abigail Shapiro.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? I'm going to speed it up a smidgen.
Okay.
I'm going to go to 1.5 speed just so we can get through it a little faster.
Hello, Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be sharing highlights from my speech, Conservatives Are the New Resistance.
Awesome.
So I recently did a speech for the USC and UPenn College Republicans, and it was such an amazing experience. I had such an amazing time coming up with the idea, writing a speech for young conservatives, because being a young conservative is not
such
easy.
an amazing time coming. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Was that out loud?
Yeah, sorry. It was. Now I gotta fucking bleep stuff out. You're so
Can
rude.
you have Taylor cut that misogyny, please? Thank you.
In 2020, and we need all the bolstering we can get. So I wanted to write a speech telling them what they were up against, but also giving them hope for the future. And it was just a wonderful
Hope, huh? We don't take too kindly to hope round these parts.
experience. We did it through Zoom because
Young
of coronavirus,
lady,
but
do
I
you
did it
know
from
what
home,
part of
and I got to speak to all
town
the
you're
conservatives,
in?
and it was
You in the hopeless side of town now, girlie.
Hope Springs is about 10,000 miles in the opposite direction, honey.
so
You
great.
found
There was
yourself in pessimist town here, and we don't take kindly to no hope talking.
a question and answer segment at the end, and I just loved the whole experience. So I really wanted to share just a few clips from that speech. If you guys are part of a group on campus and you would like to have me come and speak, I would love to come and
Oh, I see. So she's advertising her grift. Let's have her come speak to us. Now, you can come talk to us.
speak to you. I just have such a great time getting to know you guys,
Awesome.
because the fact of the matter is I really do know you. I know that it's hard for you to tell
In the biblical sense.
Oh my fucking god,
How I
man!
would
This
know you,
is
but I
just
recognize your names and you
like
comment a lot. I see
dude.
you.
If you ever want to know if a media personality is grifting you, all you have to do is listen for the magical phrase "I know you," and if it's followed by "I really do," you know you got a grifter on your hands. I just helped you out right there.
You got yourself a grifter.
And I like being able to talk to you. But now let's get into the highlights from my speech. Conservatives are the new resistance. I want to start off by sharing a story with you all from
Wait, you're literally in the...
Wait.
huh?
What happened?
I thought you said you gave this speech at a fucking campus or something. What is this?
Maybe this is like a socially distant speech that she gave that was played for the campus or something.
Why did she shoot it on a worse camera? Whatever.
I don't know.
My time in college. Now, I grew up in a conservative household, as you may know, but when I went to USC, I wasn't open about my political views. I instead chose to keep my views under the radar. Even though 90% of my classes were music related, I did have to take a few GE courses. One of them, which I'm sure many of you have taken, was Writing 140, Introduction to College Writing. Now, the professor began the class by discussing argumentation and bias. To prove a point, he divided the whiteboard into 3 sections. Section 1 he labeled right, Section 2 he labeled unbiased, and Section 3 he labeled left. He then told us, I'm going to show you 3 videos and each one will represent one of these perspectives. First, he played a clip from Fox News. He then wrote it in the right column. Then he showed us a clip from MSNBC and placed it in the left column. Can you guess what the third and unbiased clip he showed us was? Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart, the leftist comedian, was considered bipartisan and unbiased by my professor because, as he put it, comedy doesn't take a side.
Is this what am I supposed to be? Am I hold on now. TJ, can you help me?
I don't know if I can help you. I'm a little lost myself, so I don't know. Can I help you?
I want to be outraged, but I'm not sure what am I supposed to be outraged about here? What's happening?
I don't even know what the fuck. I mean, like, she took a class and the professor had some lame ass example of bias and shit. And I guess Jon Stewart was the unbiased example and Fox and MSNBC were the biased examples.
Well,
I don't know.
I never completed college, but I have more college experience than most college dropouts do, having tried to go back a grand total of 4 times. And I can tell you that college is that's just every college class. I'm sorry to tell you, every teacher's got some stupid analogy that they foist on you the first day, and you just gotta fucking nod your stupid empty head and take down the note because it'll probably be on the fucking quiz, and that's it. And then you get your little piece of paper, you dumbass.
Yeah,
and you go on and I mean, come on.
Someone in the chat said that comedy, the statement that comedy doesn't take a side is pretty stupid, and I would have to agree, but I don't really see. I mean, I don't really know where this is going. So, what's the point?
Yes, the unbiased opinions of comedians such as Jon Stewart and his acolytes, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and the entire cast of SNL.
His acolytes, dude. Jon Stewart's got a whole bunch of like liberal fucking ghoulies that he can
my
call
acolytes.
on.
Step forth, acolytes.
Time to give the right a scare. I summon forth the dread Colbert. Like, what is this, dude?
I don't know.
Founded as my classmates nodded and wrote down the false information taught to them by the professor as if it were fact. It was in that.
Your classmates were nodding off to sleep, just like you probably were. Okay, they weren't nodding in agreement. Trust me.
Yeah,
if
no one even
they
cares.
were just trying to get an extra point or 2 on the goddamn test by looking engaged. Okay, nobody cares about these classes.
Moment in my freshman year of college that I saw my fate, in a sense, and it's one that you share as members of the college Republicans. We are the resistance. Being conservative means fighting the
resistance to what? What was there even to resist in that fucking shit?
Nothing.
I mean, like, so what? The professor had a dumb analogy, and you were like, "That's dumb. That doesn't make you a resistor or fucking some shit." Did you stand up in the class and be like, "This is nonsense. You are garbage"?
And then the class was like,
"Yay, resistance! Woo!"
Narrative. I went to the Manhattan School of Music for my master's degree and professional.
The word resistance has lost all meaning. Everybody
it lost all meaning as soon as Republicans started to become the counterculture and shit. When they started branding themselves as the new counterculture, the term resistance and the term counterculture lost its meaning and should now be just referred to historically because it doesn't exist anymore.
You can't even have a counterculture anymore. There's no one dominant culture to run counter to. So every culture is just its own. Like, we have a fucking factionalized cultural system here in America at this point.
Professional study certificate. I had a wonderful experience there learning about opera and performing. But if you look to your left and try to look further, that's about where the politics of the teachers and students sat. As you can imagine, I didn't ever admit my politics. The left will tell you that.
Wow, so you were quite the resistor, huh? My cowardly fucking inability to even be honest about my opinions was the resistance. That's not resisting anything.
What a shining example.
Yeah. a bunch of people fucking had all these left-wing opinions, and I had right-wing opinions, but I kept them to myself. New resistance, you guys. What?
But I tell you what, as soon as there was $1.01 to be made with those political opinions, you can bet I came right out with them here on my channel and monetized every second of it. That's what a true resistance fighter does.
Conservatives run the media. We are the mainstream, and that leftists need to protect their right to speak from us while taking away our right to speech because we are, of course, racist, bigot, homophobes. What's the true narrative? Let's take it apart piece by piece.
Okay.
The left has social media on its side. According to a newly published Pew Research Center report, 55% of U.S. adults now get their news from social media either often or sometimes. Think about that.
Yeah, and plenty of that's conservative.
Yeah, you're part of that.
There's plenty of conservatives on social media. Like Steven Crowder's got one of the most popular shows on YouTube. Tim Pool's got one of the most popular shows on YouTube. There's tons of fucking gigantic fucking conservative social media accounts. I mean, fucking Donald Trump. He used Twitter to fucking amazing effect. To fucking get, that was basically his tool to blast his thoughts out to all of his followers for the longest time, and it still remains that to this day. So I don't understand this idea that social media is it's so hostile to conservatives. There's plenty of leftist shit, by the way, that I want to say on social media that that I have to look at and think better of. Can't really go that far. Can't do the Minecraft thing all the time. The Minecraft meme only gets you so far.
Yeah. To prison.
Talk about how Twitter and Facebook are just platforms, places for people to share what they want when they want, but they bring people news. So why does this matter? Just a few weeks ago, Twitter and Facebook prevented the sharing of a New York Post article about Hunter Biden just because they didn't want you to read it. It is entirely clear that conservatives are not mainstream because conservatives can be canceled at the drop of a hat. You say the wrong thing, you're canceled.
Okay.
So you should be celebrating the fact that Twitter blocked that because this little thing called the Streisand effect happened, and it ensured that every human being on the planet saw Hunter Biden smoking crack while getting a foot job, okay?
Yeah. I saw it.
You should be thanking them. They literally catapulted a nothing story about a fucking playboy son of a millionaire getting a foot job in the Philippines and smoking a little bit of crack into a national fucking sensation for a couple of weeks.
Not a wrong thing, the wrong thing. And what the wrong things are can change faster than you can say boo. The narrative will tell you that conservatives are limiting free speech. They fear President Trump because he has called out the media time and time again for their fake news and their leftist skew. But who is the one limiting free speech? The left. The Facebook and Twitter debacle I mentioned earlier is just one example of limiting information. Okay. But the left wants you, young conservatives, to shut up.
You ever heard that quote? I forget who said it, but it was about how you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts.
Oh yeah, there was some dude said that.
But I don't know. I think it's kind of a lot of these stuff you're talking about as far as censorship goes is I don't know if you really have necessarily a right to spread misinformation. And I'm not saying the Hunter Biden story was an example of that, but a lot of the stuff that Twitter has done in recent days where President Trump tweets something that's just flat out not true, and then Twitter's puts a little fucking addendum on it this is bullshit. I don't really have a problem with that because he's lying.
Right.
They should I'm glad that they're fact checking his fucking tweets at this point.
I mean, I really couldn't care less if they're fact checking his tweets or not. I certainly am not salty about it.
They want to control anything they would term hate speech. They want to control what narrative people are reading. They want to control it all. And they want to do it on their terms with no input from the other side. You have
Don't you want the same thing though? Aren't you after the same thing? Wouldn't you argue that the fix to this is to just put the crown on the other fucking head and put you in charge of what can be said and shit? Are you claiming that people that think like you wouldn't be censorious if they owned Twitter? They wouldn't pick a narrative?
We already know because a bunch of conservatives now are on that Parler shit. So it's Parler, a bunch of, Parler, Gab, Parler, Gab. So Gab is we're the free speech platform. People are all right, I'm going to post porn here. No porn allowed. That's not free speech. Parler, you can't even have left-wing ideas on Parler. They'll ban you. It's the free speech platform. It's all right, here's some leftist shit. Get out of here. Parler ain't for you. So we already know that their shit, like liberals and leftists are censored way more on Parler than conservatives are on Twitter. So we know that they're actually worse at this shit. The proof is already in the fucking pudding. We already fucking run the experiment. We see the fucking results. So she's totally full of shit, but she's a conservative and she's a Shapiro. So, like, that's not a surprise.
You have to know your positions inside and out, or at least be willing to admit that you don't know, which is fine because conservatism is about humility. We can admit we don't know.
It is? What?
Since when?
When did that happen? Conservatism is about humility. That's why, have you seen our president, Donald Trump? One of the humblest men in history, you know what I mean? I'm the greatest, I'm the best. Humility. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, the bastion of, like, okay, hold on. Name a human being less humble than Donald Trump.
Not coming up with any names.
Maybe Kanye West.
Maybe,
but like he's on the same level. I mean, I don't know.
Because
it's pretty hard to do.
How things work is hard.
How about Ben Shapiro? There's a humble guy.
No, I think even Ben Shapiro might be a little more humble than Trump.
Everything is impossible.
Well, yeah.
And it's a danger.
But he's not. No, he's not humble. No. Is she humble? Like, where's your humility?
To fool yourself into thinking you or anyone can do it. Being liberal comes with lots of...
Oh, by the way, I'm not saying I'm humble. If anyone's like trying to hypocrisy burn me right now, I don't know. I'm not looking at the chat. But if anyone's like, you're not humble, I'm not claiming to be.
Yeah. You get to scream and cry, and people will take that as an argument because you're fighting injustice. You get to pose nude on the street facing a line of police officers and call that brave because...
Didn't this bitch pose nude at one point?
She didn't pose nude. Oh, yeah. She had a nude leaked, I think. There were nudes of her. I've seen them titties. So, but I think she sent them to a boyfriend who like revenged porned her or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they were meant to be like, you know, for public consumption and whatnot, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, though. I know I've seen them titties, so...
Yeah, she did it. She did a tit job, didn't she? Am I wrong about that? Is that a fake? Maybe that's a fake. I'm looking it up right now.
Maybe it is a fake.
But I'm seeing a chick that someone's claiming to be her fucking rubbing a dick between her titties. Is that classical conservatism? I don't know. But anyway, there's definitely pictures of her fucking flopping her titties around. So yeah, I don't know. Seems kind of weird that you're like so prudish all of a sudden when wait, maybe is this a different sister? Maybe it is. I don't know. Does he have more than one sister?
Does he have another hot sister?
So guys, you guys help me out here. You guys probably know more about this than I do. Is this the one that fucking flopped her titties out? Those were fake, I think. Okay, sure they were. Supposedly those aren't hers. Well, it's a chick that looks exactly like her then. And I mean, like, you can't say that, like,
doppelganger.
And you can't, like, she wasn't even a public figure at the time. Like, there was just, like, pictures of her with her titties out, and people were like, hey, you guys see, people came to me and was like, you see Ben Shapiro's sister flopped her titties out? I'm like, what? She wasn't even a public figure then. Like, this channel, I don't even think this channel existed at the time. Maybe
that's how I learned that Ben Shapiro had a sister. Was somebody was like, hey, have you seen how banging Ben Shapiro's sister is? You know, and I clicked on it, and she was. That's how I learned he had a sibling. I just thought he was like, you know, Damien or something. Thought he was the Omen.
So people seem to be mixed on this. There seems to be some confusion as to whether or not some people are fucking like certain, like, yeah, that was her. Those were her titties. Other people are like, I think it was a fake, or like, oh, I think that was actually a different girl, or whatever the fuck.
Got a lot of controversy tonight on fucking Abandon Hope, TJ. Van Jones's tear and now Abigail Shapiro's tits.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's next, man?
A lot of fucking...
What's real?
A lot of ambiguity, man. Real? Who knows?
It's a powerful use of womanhood to fight patriarchal oppressor institutions like the police. In a lot of ways...
Sorry, are you just going to say it in a mocking tone, or are you actually going to refute it? Like, you have a refutation of that? Or no, just like, they fucking say that shit. I'm going to repeat it in a mocking tone, thus defeating it. I don't know.
Well, I do use that a lot, so I can't really...
Yeah. I mean, I've used it too, but fuck it. I still call this bitch out on it. Who gives a fuck?
I might do it to her before this video's over.
Principles that we apply to ourselves.
We believe in principles that we apply to ourselves. Yeah.
Me.
That's why when I whipped my titties out, it was just to fucking give some dude a chub. It wasn't to fight no patriarchy. If anything, it was to sublimate myself to the patriarchy.
It was classic.
You see the way I classically fucking jerked that dude off with my big milkers? It was fucking impressive. Remember that time I did that?
It was classic.
I think that one actually was not her, but whatever. You know.
Who knows?
It's a brave new world, man. Who knows?
The left doesn't limit itself that way. You won't get away with anything. If you are conservative, you need to know your stuff. Leftists aren't brave. They risk nothing, and their prizes come at everyone else's expense.
Okay.
They don't have to educate themselves on issues. That's why it's so funny when someone like Demi Lovato says that she doesn't care if it ruins her career to write a song that's anti-Trump. That's why it's hilarious when someone like Taylor Swift, who is worth more than $350 million, writes a song about how her life would have been easier and better.
Oh, man. Did you see the salt when she mentioned that net worth?
Yeah, she's like, I should be worth $350 million. I'm way more better than Taylor Swift is.
She wants to be Taylor Swift in the worst fucking way, dude.
How come Taylor Swift gets all that money and I don't?
The fucking envy was just oozing out of her when she was talking about that fucking net worth.
Fucking Demi Lovato, fucking Taylor Swift, fucking all that money, and I gotta fucking do this stupid YouTube channel where they fucking making all that money.
I'm gonna scum off of my brother's shitty fucking asshole fans.
Because they act like they have taken a stand in a society that will judge them for it, when all we have heard about their activism is positive responses. Maybe a few of us have critiqued that behavior.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there's no pushback. Like if you fucking say some left-wing shit, there's just like no pushback. You know what I mean?
Okay,
just 100% agreement with everybody. Nobody says anything negative. No one has any criticisms. It's like, hey guys, I'm fucking Antifa and I'm coming here to fucking take down the capitalist pig dogs. And everyone's just like, you go, bro. Awesome. No resistance to that whatsoever. Nobody says anything negative towards you. You just go. You know, it's like, yeah, cool.
I was on the hatred fence with Abigail Shapiro until just now. Now I'm sure I hate her. I hate her just like I hate her brother. I'm sure of it now.
But it means nothing to the people who could actually destroy their careers. Here's the good news. And it's great news. You get to be happy. It turns out totalitarianism that's based on a spiteful, nervous, and hateful view of the world, society, and everyone in it is a miserable way to live. Being open about being conservative.
Whoa! Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? If that isn't like rain on your wedding day, hearing a conservative say that, can we roll that back and hear that one more time?
Hell yeah.
What did she say? Having an ideology that's based on a spiteful.
Let's say.
What did she say?
She
basically described conservatism.
Maybe a few of us have critiqued that behavior, but it means nothing to the people who could actually destroy their careers. Here's the good news. And it's great news. You get to be happy. It turns out totalitarianism that's based on a spiteful, nervous, and hateful view of the world, society, and everyone in it is a miserable way to live.
Yep. She basically just described conservatism, so I don't know. It's like rain on your wedding day.
Man, if that's not a free ride when you already paid, I don't know what it is. That's not a traffic jam when you're already late, bro. I've never seen one.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, my fucking God, dude. That is the most succinct description of the conservative worldview.
Paul.
What?
There's a black fly in my Chardonnay, dude. You see this shit?
Well, I can't worry about that right now, TJ, because I've got a death row pardon on the way, but it's going to be 2 minutes too late.
Oh, fuck.
Being open about being conservative, choosing to actually build your life around your conservative values, is so much more likely to make you happy than either A, being leftist, or B, pretending to be leftist so you can live under the radar in their miserable woke world.
Yeah.
Plenty of studies have actually shown that conservatives are happier than liberals. One study published in 2012 showed that conservatives are happier on average than liberals, and another study published in 2018 found that conservatives find life more meaningful than liberals.
When did being fucking well-adjusted in a profoundly maladjusted society become a fucking measure of happiness and health?
I don't know.
Like anybody that's well-adjusted and happy in this fucking burning, crazy, looted out, fucking dying world has something wrong with them, bro. You shouldn't be like crowing about that and thumping your chest.
So if we're going to cite studies on conservatives and liberals, maybe we should cite the one that showed that that conservatives are more fearful.
No, it's us. That's remember when you base your whole ideology on a fearful, narrow,
whatever it was,
view of humanity. Yeah. A totalitarian. Yeah.
So being scared makes you more conservative. Go figure. Being afraid of everything, you fucking want some, oh, save me, daddy. Save me, authoritarian daddy. Liberals are less squeamish about looking at yucky stuff like vomit, feces, and blood. That's cool. Conservatives tend to display more ordered thinking patterns, whereas liberals have more aha moments. Aha! She's a moron. Liberals tend to follow the wandering gaze of others more often, while conservatives' eyes stay more focused on the original subject they're looking at.
Vacantly.
In this instance, holding conservatives' views seem to make people more resistant to change and help them explain inequality.
The jaws of liberals tend to be straight and closed, while the jaws of conservatives tend to be slack and drooling. I saw that. I saw that study.
Liberals are more likely to describe themselves as compassionate and optimistic, while conservatives are more likely to say that they're people of honor and religion. Oof.
Oh boy, two fucking concepts that have proved themselves toxic to humanity and its continued existence over and over. Oh my God! If you wanted to pick the two things that ruined us as a species, honor and religion, be high up on my fucking list. Dude, how much evil has been done in this world by honorable people, by people who professed their honor and were honored by the people? Fuck this stupid shit.
It's like rain. Both conservatives and liberals think they're always being fair. Good for them.
Meaning in victimhood. In their never-ending crusade against the oppression they constantly need to root out. Women, for example, have to...
Isn't this whole video about how conservatives are oppressed?
I thought so.
Yeah, that seems to be like the gist of it, so I don't know what you're talking about other people whining about oppression for.
View themselves as victims.
Well, because it's really them that's
agree,
oppressed.
You're not just wrong, you're a traitor to your entire sex. Everyone needs a mission. Conservatives have it right. Our mission is built into our values and allows us to be happy.
Cool.
And that's it for the highlights of today's...
See, I don't understand, like, this was obviously shot around the same time, so why did you shoot your video to the college kids on, like, a potato, and then you got this way better camera for, like, what you just uploaded to your channel? I don't really get that.
You guys enjoyed it. That's just a little snip.
Yeah, she's clearly sitting in the same spot. I can still see the same $400 little fucking Lotus mirror in the background.
Bit of about a 40-minute speech. So as you can see, I had a lot to
Wow, there was 40 minutes of that. Thank you for cutting that down for us.
say, and I'm really glad I got to share just a bit of that with you today. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please subscribe to my channel and blog if you haven't already.
No, thank you. I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I will, however, subscribe to your OnlyFans if you choose to start one.
Yeah, let us know when you start your OnlyFans.
The classic OnlyFans. See my asshole on the classic OnlyFans.
See my classic asshole.
I'll show you what a classic asshole looks like only on my OnlyFans.
Well, yeah, it's pretty good for an abandoned hope. I will be doing another one of these in probably a couple of weeks because I was supposed to do 2 for you guys last month. But there was a fucking stupid-ass storm that kind of fucked me out of it. I forget what other thing delayed it, but there was a couple things that got the show delayed. So this month I'm doing 2. Let's say I'm not going to announce a date yet, but I'm going to say probably aim for the 23rd. So that'd be next... not the 23rd, probably the 22nd, rather. Or maybe the 21st. I don't know. We'll see. But at some point I'm going to do another one of these this month. Maybe I'll bring Scotty on, or maybe I'll just do it myself. I'm not really sure. But
so I'm off the fucking slate, huh? I'm not even considered, huh? Okay.
Well, you're gonna be fucking preoccupied, Paul.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna be busy.
You are gonna be busy during that time.
I should be busy now. Holy fuck!
I know. That's why I was surprised. I wasn't totally surprised you did it, but I know you got a fucking busy schedule right now. I guess I promised the chat we would read some of their comments, so let's go ahead and wrap up by looking at the stuff they sent via Streamlabs, and maybe we'll talk to the plebs. Well, there's really no plebs here. They're all patrons, so we'll look at the chat as well in a moment. Let me go ahead and log on to Streamlabs so I can see what you guys sent us here. If it's going to let me in. Okay, there we go. Donation history. Okay. So Emperor Ghidorah sent $4. Says, I want to know once and for all, who you guys hated more, True Empiricism or Nephilim Free? As a viewer, Nephilim Free was more entertaining. So as far as entertainment value goes, neither of those guys I found entertaining, like, at all. I thought they were both incredibly boring personalities that I never, like, if there was a fucking, like, should we watch this Nephilim Free video? Should we watch this True Empiricism video? I was the first one to be like, no. Now, sometimes they got through anyway. The Nephilim Free probably just through the sheer fact of the fact, I mean, he looks like a fucking serial killer, and he's a complete fucking psychotic, whereas True Empiricism is just like a garbage-brained nerd. So I think Nephilim Free was probably scarier and therefore more entertaining, whereas True Empiricism was almost insufferable to the point of where I don't even want to look at him.
That's where I stand on it. Like, Nephilim Free was just crazy. True Empiricism was he's actually like the worst, I think, of the island of misfit toys of the manatee. The little personalities that, you know, aligned themselves with him. I think that of all of those, he was the worst for me.
I just found every word that came out of his mouth boring, insufferable. He would never. We could never actually. Here's the thing about not Nephilim. Here's the thing about True Empiricism. You could never actually get to the meat of any discussion because he wanted to spend the entire time defining every term to just like a pointless extent to where.
And well, that was his game. Is he would sneak the premise by you in the definition. So he would go on this long-winded definition, and the premise would be in there somewhere, right? And then he'd get it past you and get you to go like, out of boredom. And then he'd go like, oh, you just admitted that the universe needs a cause then. And you'd be like, oh, fuck you. Get out of here. You time-wasted fucking piece of shit.
So Not a Computer gave 444 and said, what editing software do you use for edited content? Been watching you since 2014. Thank you for draining my hope. So the software that I have used... when I first started doing YouTube videos way back in the day, I used Sony Vegas, but it's been a very long time since I've used that. I've used Premiere Pro ever since then.
Yeah, and all the edits, as far as I know, that you see done on the show, maybe with the exception of one or two, are done on Premiere Pro too.
I do believe that Coolman has edited a few things for us in the past. I think he uses something else, but most of our people have used Premiere Pro. Silhouetted Animator gave 666 and says, you heard about the meteor in the asteroid system that is worth untold trillions because of the rare metals in it. Jeff Bezos is probably drooling at the idea of getting that meteor. Well, I don't really, I mean, you know, if it gets us into space, then whatever. I'm willing to fucking go with it. Like, there's untold riches in space in general. Unfortunately, it also costs a lot to extract them because space is vast and you know, not very. It's vast and it's harsh to life, and there's a lot of fucking technology we would have to fucking adapt to really.
I mean, as it stands right now, it would cost us probably an order of magnitude more to get to and mine and return that asteroid's fucking bounty back to the Earth than it would be worth. So
probably so, but
we're just not at the point, guys.
There will come a day, I hope, when humanity is more robustly spacefaring species.
Oh, me too, man. Because if we don't get to rape a few more planets, I really feel like this species will have burned out before it needed to. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, the Earth. I mean, like, ruining the Earth is one thing, but like, you know, I want us to be a galactic pestilence. Okay. So Hyper Blob gave $5 and says, lost a friendship to this election. Guy from high school revealed he was a sociopath who only used me for sympathy. His words, not mine. He revealed this in his tantrum/denial when Trump lost. Well, you know, I guess that
he did you a favor.
You know, yeah, that's true. My dad always used to tell me that when you get angry, you'll make the best speech you'll ever regret. So it sounds like your former friend, might have done something along those lines. My dad, by the way, was an extraordinarily angry man, so I don't know why he was lecturing about the shortcomings of anger. Maybe it was just from personal experience.
I would say so.
The Big Red Bear gave $5 and said, This guy's not going to do anything to help anyone. They are already talking austerity. He's talking about Biden here. This is going to be one hell of a 4 years. Sorry, guys, buckle up. Demented, senile American Yeltsin, it's like where that phrase got quoted,
we read that one,
is here to help, and he didn't bring any money or plans. Awesome. I love the American Yeltsin thing. I might steal it. Big Chungus, $10. Please spend this on drugs. I think that was actually from last night, so that wraps up those. So what you up to, Chad? Anything? We'll talk to you guys for a second before we bid this adieu. If we must be fascist, we should be human supremacist against aliens. I mean, at least we'd be united as a species at that point. Maybe.
True.
Yeah, I mean, like if there's aliens, then maybe we can stop. Like, your skin's a different color. It's like we all gotta fucking stand together against the Greeble Knocks or whatever the fuck. So
the Greeble Knocks, dude. I hope that's not what they're called, man, when they come.
COVID is going crazy in Ohio right now. My niece's son caught COVID on the school bus and has potentially infected half my family. Well, that's why I am maintaining social distance. I guess I'm kind of hanging around some people again, but I'm still pretty wary of human contact for the most part, and still taking a lot of precautions, still isolating myself in my home. I know that not a lot of people have the ability to do that because our government is inept, will not pass UBI, will not fucking do rent protection, will not do anything that just makes sense to do in this crisis, and that's why we have some of the worst numbers in the world. Chilling like a villain. Okay, waste my time.
What do you think about the crickets from Biden supporters about these giant fucking super spreader events that happened in the streets over the last fucking week or so?
Yeah, pretty lame. You see these giant fucking crowds of people gathered super close together, not even all wearing masks. But even if they are, there's just like illusory kind of like feeling of safety because people have masks. When you got people crammed that closely in, those masks don't work. Yeah,
those masks work in concert with social distancing and observing that. And when you've got like a mass of people all in masks hopping a fucking around in the middle of the street and sweating all over each other and screaming YMCA in front of the White House, that's a super spreader event. That's a bigger super spreader event than the one you guys were making fun of fucking Donald Trump for.
I agree. My mom forced me to watch this stupid crying clip and talked about how powerful it was. I died of cringe. Oh, my God. I can't even imagine being put in that position of having to watch that clip by a loved one who was actually moved by it. That's gross. Oh, you know what?
Unreal.
Hold on. Yeah, this clip actually has like way more positive ratings than negative too. Just let me add to that real quick. I am not a fan.
Oh, dude, like this Anarchy is saying he gets made fun of for still quarantining by your family, dude. This like COVID shaming shit is a real thing.
Fuck that.
Like I even catch it. I catch it from you fucks because I've been the most stringent of all of you. And it's like, well, Paul's over there actually fucking observing social distancing and shit. He must just be scared or something to come out. Like that type of shit has been said.
I don't feel like I've said that, but okay.
Well, your brother did.
Maybe he did. I don't know. Scotty has been the most fast and loose with it, I will say.
Scotty done said it.
Trevor, I'm kind of in the middle of you guys. Traversing. These are the comments on this Van. Look, this Van Jones video has 157 likes, 157,000 likes to 11,000 dislikes, and most of these comments are just like, "Decent man, really good to see this level of caring."
Ugh.
And just for a side note, ladies and gentlemen, it's okay for a man to cry every now and then. It's not a sign of weakness, but strength.
It's okay for a man to cry whenever he feels like he needs to cry, not every now and then. But thanks for the fucking vote of confidence. Appreciate that.
Character matters. We 100% agree.
Oh, boy.
You described the way I felt since I arrived 2 years ago, constantly feeling less as a Latino in this country. I cried with you, Van. Thank you for being my voice. Gracias.
Oh, my God.
I know, right? I can't believe I fucking forgot to show you the cringe comments, too. And how people are just eating it up. It's like, oh, it's so gross, man.
Well, I want to find out how Van Jones cries out of only one eye, man. I got to figure out how to do that little trick. It'd be cool to like do like a laughing on one side of your face and crying on the other kind of fucking shtick. You know what I mean? Where you're like, just one eye crying and the other one looking totally fucking normal and clear.
Just perfect it, Paul. Perfect it.
I'm going to work on it, man, because Van Jones has got it down. He's got it down. So is the new studio a bust now? I mean, unfortunately, kind of, yeah.
I mean, I'm planning on using it for some stuff, and we're gonna try to repurpose some of the studios. But honestly, like me and Scotty are not long for this state either, so they're probably not going to get much use, really.
Yeah.
We need to understand liberals so we can better manipulate them. I think they just need to be. Look, some liberals are just gonna fucking dig their heels in, and they're just gonna have to form a new coalition with conservatives or some shit. But some of these people just need to be fucking radicalized. But like the fact that there are so many people falling for Van Jones's little empty, it's finally we can have dignity. Like that just shows me like there's so much work to fucking do because there's so many people that are just they're still so stupid. They're still living in this fucking liberal fucking bubble of like, yeah, it's gonna be okay now. It's like it's not gonna be okay, you stupid fucks. Okay, whatever. They're gonna have to just be shown. They're gonna have to see how bad Biden does not fucking like.
Have they not been shown? No, I mean, like we've been
I don't know.
shown, and it's like it doesn't seem to work.
Maybe it'll get. I don't know. It'll have to sink in somehow. I don't know. It's just like. I'm the thing about it is, Paul, is I really think at the end of the day, I'm as much of a doomer as you are, but I just like, I keep trying anyway. I don't know why. Maybe maybe I do. Maybe the fucking secret of this fucking thing is like, that it's like the Hulk is, his secrets is always angry. Maybe my secret is I actually am always hopeful. Maybe that's why I do this show, to remind myself more than anybody else that the world is fucked.
Well, that's deep. That's deep, TJ.
Yeah, I know.
By the way,
super deep.
I struggle forward too.
I know.
Doomerism or no,
it's hard.
I still try.
Gotta try. You don't gotta. I guess you could fucking do something else, but
no, I could become the thing that a lot of people that get angry at me accuse me of, a person who's just too lazy and detached and doesn't give a fuck enough to fill out an absentee ballot or whatever. I could be that.
I mean,
it goes way easier for me, I
mean, like, I feel like when you come to the doomer shit, like, there's pretty much three ways you can go, right? You can either be like, I'm just gonna aid the doom, like, fuck it. If it's all doom, just fucking create the chaos, go the Joker route, just do that. Or you can fucking just be apathetic and just like, whatever, it's all fucked, might as well just fucking be a hedonist or whatever the fuck else. Or you can fucking do like, I am going to fucking fight to my last breath to try to change this shit, even though I know it won't change. And the third option is probably the least logical, and yet a lot of times that's what I choose. Although sometimes I do choose the first two as well, especially that second one. That hedonism stuff is pretty nice. Anyway,
by the way, that book that I recommended, I think earlier while TJ was out, Ishmael, deals with the very subject that TJ is talking about.
Does it? What is this?
Oh, yes. I if you've never read it, TJ, you might want to give it a peruse. It's a quick read. It's like a very short book, a very short little kind of treatise.
What's it called?
Ishmael by Daniel Quinn.
All right. Well, I'm reading a book right now, but after I'm done with that one, I'll maybe give that a go.
It's to boil it down, it's about captivity. And the idea that we are captive to our culture and the mythology that it tells us about our place on the planet. And it's like, it's very good because it's told through the eyes of a teacher and a very skeptical student.
Mm-hmm.
And so your skepticism gets kind of engaged along with the revelations as they kind of come to you. But the most profound thing and the way that it kind of attaches to what you're talking about is that feeling of fucking hopelessness of knowing that it's never going to change, but feeling like you still have to struggle. Like Ishmael kind of makes the argument that is because you realize, even if you don't, that you're captive to a story that's basically just mythological. One of my favorite things that he does in the book is he talks about going back to the early days of life on the planet, right? Where where life had not made the jump to land yet. It was mostly just algae and pond scum and like a few jellyfish, right? And and imagine that an anthropologist shows up that wants to study this, and he goes and he talks to this jellyfish that's there and asks him, well, what's the story of creation? And the jellyfish says, basically like we do, right? 10 billions of years ago, Big Bang, order from chaos, our solar system coalesces, and then the conditions for life become possible, and slimes and little tiny singular celled organisms become multicellular organisms, and then jellyfish.
Right.
And it all just leads up to everything from the Big Bang on
jellyfish.
Was because for the jellyfish. And that's basically what we are as human beings. We look at ourselves in the natural order of things and we go, well, the Big Bang must have been for us, which means that the earth must be for us, which means that it is ours to conquer, which means that we are constantly at war with one another over it and with it, and constantly spinning our wheels, living in a way that's contrary to nature. The big assertion that Ishmael makes is that there is a law of how to be, and that other animals in nature follow that. Like, for example, a lion kills a gazelle. He doesn't kill the entire fucking field of gazelle, right?
Right.
Only humans do that. Animals don't exterminate other animals. They might have like these little battles over territory or something, but once that dispute is settled, it's over. That the one that won, the ants that won don't go on to conquer every other ant on the fucking planet. You know what I mean? Animals have a natural sense of equilibrium. Ishmael calls it the law of limited competition. And human beings don't abide by that law. But it seems to be a law for harmony in every other species but humanity, but we don't think it applies to us.
Yeah, it's kind of like the fucking speech that Agent Smith gives in the original Matrix.
It might have been derived from Ishmael. I know that Ishmael was around before the Matrix. So
sounds cool.
But yeah, definitely worth reading.
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking for something to read next, so I'll probably look into that.
It's a quick read. You can get it on fucking Audible too, and I've been listening to it at night as I go to sleep. I'm almost through it already. I've been just doing it 2 nights.
Yeah, I'll just download it on fucking Apple Books or whatever the fuck, probably. Anyway, let's see. I guess we're probably gonna get going here, guys. Been doing this about 3.5 hours. And I do have another one to do later this month, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one at that point. And thank you guys for watching. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to see on a future edition. You can always write me on Twitter. My DMs are always open. If you have any fucking material that you'd like to see featured on the next Abandon Hope or something like that, you can always send it there. It doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where, whatever the fuck. All right. Thank you guys
I'll answer that question real quick for you, Chad Marshall. The name of the fucking documentary that you're thinking of is The Power of Nightmares.
There you go. Power of Nightmares, Ishmael, book and movie recommendations from Paul. And I'll go ahead and recommend something too. Let's see. What can I fucking recommend? I don't know. I'll just recommend that you continue watching all of our Pessimist Productions shit and stay patrons. Which is pretty lame as you already are, but whatever. I couldn't think of anything else on the fly. Bye-bye.